Bob Allen Mall, Hometown Radio Network, teaming up every morning to honor America with a playing of our national anthem. Our phone number to call in this morning and every morning is the same, 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447, as we celebrate birthdays and anniversaries on this Wednesday, the 11th day of the month of March. Call them in, celebrating the Joe Show.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
All right, here we go. Birthdays on March the 11th look like this. Travis Van Pelt has a birthday today. So does Corey Rayleigh, Lisa Fisher, Caleb Grasham, Rachel Morgan, Judy Leathers, Kelsey Redding, Eliza Turbyfill, and Jamie Phillips on our birthday list on March the 11th. Get them on here, 859-238-9447 on this Wednesday, the 11th day of March. Good list of birthdays. Get them on. Call them in. Let's celebrate with you on March the 11th. Here we go. Yeah, typical Wednesday morning show we have lined up for you. One change, one switch, though. We'll tell you not new guest like an everyday guest, but a one-time guest coming on here this morning. We'll let you know that at 7:10, it's Boyle County and Casey County State Rep Daniel Elliott who joins the show. We'll see what Daniel's got cooking up in the state capitol in Frankfort today, and that'll be this morning at 7:10. 7:40, County Agents Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. Tyler Miller calls the show this morning. We'll get him on here about 7:40. 7:45 or 7:50, Sean Busick joins the show, DCA boys basketball coach. And we'll see what's going on with Coach Busick this morning. And he'll talk with us about, obviously, the 12th Region Championship win last night over West Jessamine. And DCA going back to Rupp Arena for the second straight year, a game you heard on Z105 last night. DCA 37, West Jessamine 33. And Coach Busick joins us this morning at 7:45-ish or so. Join in for that interview. 8:10, State Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe is on here. And we'll see what's going on in the State Senate this morning. So we get both branches today. Daniel Elliott, State House 7:10. An hour later, State Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe from the Senate at 8:10 this morning. And 9 o'clock in the morning hour this morning, I think we've got some guests. My mind has gone completely blank as I stand here in studio and the show calendar is around the corner in the other room. So I'll check that out and we'll see. We'll let you know coming back after this commercial break. 859-238-9447 is the phone number to call in this morning. 238-WHIR. We start you off, as we always do, taking a look at early morning sports. Here it is. The DCA Warriors win the 12th region. Bam Adebayo, a former UK Wildcat, scores the second most points in the history of the NBA in a single game. And USA Baseball now faces elimination in the World Baseball Classic. Those are the headlines on this Wednesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis guiding you through these Wednesday morning sports. Starting off in high school basketball, where the DCA Warriors clinched another trip to Rupp Arena last night with a 37-33 win over West Jessamine. It was 20-18. West Jessamine led in the game beginning the fourth quarter. DCA had scored just 18 points through the first three quarters. They were 0 for 9 from three-point range. Then they saw the first one go in. Lake 10 hit a three, followed by a Josiah Bradshaw three, then another Lake 10 three. It sparked a 19-point fourth quarter for DCA, scoring more points in the final quarter than they had the first three quarters combined, and a 37-33 win over West Jessamine. It's DCA's second consecutive boys 12th Region Basketball Championship. The 37 points DCA scored, the lowest number of points they've ever scored in the game, and still won the game. And yet, they trudge on. They'll head into Rupp Arena now a week from tonight to take on 11th Region champion Great Crossing. It's a game we'll have next Wednesday on Z105 as DCA battles Great Crossing in the first round of the boys Sweet 16 tournament. In the NBA, what if I asked you which former Kentucky Wildcat would score the second most points in a game in NBA history? Maybe you'd say Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Maybe you'd say Devin Booker, the phenomenal shooter for the Phoenix Suns. What about Bam Adebayo? Adebayo shattered records with a monster 83-point performance last night against the Wizards. He scored 31 in the first quarter, 12 in the second, 19 in the third, and 21 in the fourth. Only Wilt Chamberlain, who holds the NBA record with a 100-point game, has ever scored more in a single contest. In the process of shooting his 83 points and scoring his 83 points, Adebayo broke a record Chamberlain held with Adrian Dantley for most free throws made in a single game. Those two sunk 28 from the free throw line. Adebayo made 36 free throws last night. His 83 points, the second most scored in the NBA since Kobe Bryant scored 81 in a game in 2006. Adebayo also scored a franchise record 43 first-half points on 13 of 24 shooting, 5 of 11 from 3, and 12 of 14 from the free throw line. He added 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. Miami led the Wizards 76-62 at the break. In baseball news, they slowly trudged out of the clubhouse Tuesday evening, still in disbelief, trying to digest what just happened. Just 24 hours ago, Team USA was celebrating, staying late, telling stories, and feeling like everything was lining up perfectly to capture the gold medal in the World Baseball Classic. Last night, trying to wrap their heads around the fact they could be going home, they suffered one of the most embarrassing losses in USA baseball and World Baseball Classic history. 8-6 to Italy in front of a stunned crowd at Daikin Park. Now they must rely on Italy to beat Mexico on Wednesday night or hope a tiebreaker works in their favor. If Mexico beats Italy and scores at least 5 runs, USA and Mexico are in. Italy is out. If Mexico beats Italy and scores 4 runs or less, Mexico and Italy are in. USA is out. It's tough. It's super tough, Mark DeRosa, the USA manager, said. Guys in there are frustrated. It is what it is, though. I mean, we've got to own it, right? DeRosa also owned the fact that he misspoke on MLB Network yesterday, believing the U.S. had already clinched a quarterfinal berth after their 5-3 win over Mexico. Quote, "It's weird," DeRosa said. "We want to win this game even though our ticket's punched to the quarterfinals." Well, no ticket was punched, and what's left of that ticket could go up in smoke. Those are the headlines of this Wednesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Danville Bike and Footwear is your destination for performance footwear from trusted brands like Altra, Asics, Brooks, and Saucony. Whether you need added stability in a comfortable walking shoe or high performance in a running shoe, they have the perfect fit for you. You'll also find power step insoles and a wide selection of socks designed for relief, recovery, comfort, and breathability. So step into Danville Bike and Footwear. Your feet will be happy you did. Located in downtown Danville next to City Hall.
Discover the power of radio. If you own a business and want to grow profits, you should consider radio. With the right offer and enough frequency, radio can produce results unmatched by any other media. Also, radio is more cost-effective. Discover the power of radio.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
This is Randy Gipp Graham. If you want to start your weekend off in a winning way, propelling you into a new work week, then join with our team every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock on the Kentucky Power Hour. Sure, we talk current events, politics, a little sports, and a lot about leadership, but with you, the listener, in mind. So start your day off in a winning way.
Rise and shine, champions.
Right here on the Happy Station, WHIR.
The Kentucky Power Hour on AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, little Riley Joe, thanks for that. Coming your way courtesy of our friends over at Southern Heating and Cooling, keeping your home cozy. With Southern Heating and Cooling, ensure comfort is their priority. Veteran-owned, family-operated, locally trusted. Go online, southernheatingcooling.com, or call 859-324-2770 for Southern Heating and Cooling. Rain showers, thunderstorms are likely today. A high today of 77, low tonight of 35. About 3/4 of an inch of rain is possible today. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy through mid-morning, then gradually clearing. A high of 50, a low tonight 36. Friday, partly sunny and a high of 60. Saturday, sunny and 62. Sunday, mostly cloudy, 73. And then a major drop Monday again, about a 33 to 35 degree drop as highs hit the upper 30s. on Monday. Right now it's 6:25 in the morning. It's 69 degrees. Wednesday, the 11th day of the month of March. So happy to have you on the show this morning. 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447. Tell you what, let's skip over celebrity birthdays today and see what's going on this date in country music history. Here we go.
On this day in country music.
And running short on time as it is in this first half hour, so let's skip over one and head right into the other. On this date, country music history in the year 1955, where Jimmy Fortune was born, country singer, songwriter with the Statler Brothers, who had the 1980s U.S. #1 country hit Elizabeth, among many others. Happy birthday today, Jimmy Fortune, born on this date, 1955. It was on this date, country music history, 1974. Dolly Parton released her song, I Will Always Love You, which reached #1 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart. And it was on this date, country music history in the year 1980. Willie Nelson went #1 on the country charts with his song, My Heroes Have Always Been Cowboys. And that's what's gone on this day, March the 11th in the history of country music. Starting off on this date in 1955, where Jimmy Fortune was born, country music singer and songwriter with the Statler Brothers.
I keep hearing you're concerned about my happiness.
71 years old today. This one of their big-time hits called Flowers on the Wall, along with Elizabeth and Do You Know You Are My Sunshine, some of their big-time hits. Was it Class of 64? Is that the name of the other song they had? Class of 57 is what it was, wasn't it? On this date, 1955, Jimmy Fortune born, 71 years old.
Playing solitaire till dawn with the deck of 51. Smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo. Now don't tell me I've nothing to do. Last night I dressed in tails, pretended I was on the town.
It was on this day, country music history in the year 1974, where Dolly Parton released her song, I Will Always Love You.
If I should stay.
Song would later go to reach #1 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart. Later topped the chart in October of 1982 as well. About 8 years later, when she re-recorded the song for the soundtrack for the movie The Best Little Warehouse in Texas, Parton wrote the song for her one-time partner and mentor, Porter Wagner, from whom she was separated professionally from after a 7-year show partnership.
And I will always love you. I will always love you. Bittersweet memories. That's all I.
And it was on this date, country music history in the year 1980, where Willie Nelson went #1 on the country music charts with his song,
I grew up dreaming,
and My Heroes Have Always Been Cowboys.
being a cowboy and loving the cowboy ways.
Song was featured on the soundtrack to the 1979 film called The Electric Horseman. It gave Willie Nelson his 5th #1 on the country charts.
Burned up my childhood days. I learned all the rules of a modern day drifter. Don't you hold on to nothing too long. Just take what you need from the ladies that leave them with the words of a sad country song.
There you go. Willie Nelson, Dolly Parton, and Jimmy Fortune have made their mark on this date, March the 11th, country music history. It's 6:30 in the morning, and Bottom Hour News is coming your way next on The Joe Show on 103.9 FM, WHIR Danville.
Themselves and their slow moving dreams.
This is the Kentucky News Network. The Kentucky House Appropriations and Revenue Committee has passed 7 pieces of legislation Tuesday, including House Bill 900, a one-page plan for $801 million. The bill directs the money to one-time spending, but never exactly says what it's for. The bill does list several categories for it, including water and sewer project pools, economic development investments, and smaller one-time local infrastructure projects. Both the State House and Senate need to pass their bills by April 1st, ensuring enough time to cancel any potential vetoes from Governor Andy Beshear. He recently struck down House Bill 314 Friday for the session's first veto. A man faces terroristic threatening charges for his remarks at Campground Pentecostal Church. James Bell allegedly walked into the London church saying, "I am here to kill," and "I will kill the children." That forced an evacuation of the children from the main sanctuary. Once Laurel County deputies arrived, they found the group surrounding Bell in the parking lot. The pastor told the responders he heard him ask for help, saying he was possessed by a demon. Deputies also reportedly smelled alcohol on Bell. Meantime, Louisville has a new tool in their emergency response kit.
The $2 million Mobile Energy Operations Center has state-of-the-art technology, including a weather station. Systems engineer Cody Ashbaugh helped design the truck.
So on board we've got Starlink internet, we've got multiple cellular providers, we've got camera systems that can stream back into our EOC. We've got thermal imaging on board. We're able to bring in our live drone feeds.
The Mobile Command Center will be used to respond to incidents like floods, chemical spills, and plane crashes. It'll also be used at special events like the Kentucky Derby. The truck is designated EM50, a throwback to the urban assault vehicle in the 1981 film Stripes. I'm Jack Crumley.
And I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Hey, it's me again. That's right, I'm Jerry Farmer, and I'm still cutting up. Still Cutting Up is a place to go when you need a fresh cut or a mini afro. Perms, colors, nails, too. Braids, highlights, and even updo. I know you done heard of us, so get with it. I know you need your hair did. Here's our digit, 238-7899. Bob your head while I rhyme. 24/7, we won't be beat. 365 on South 4th Street. See ya. See ya.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Ephraim McDowell Health has begun their 2026 Community Health Needs Assessment, a process that's conducted every 3 years to help Ephraim better understand the health needs and priorities of the communities it serves. As a part of this, you're invited to share your input through a brief community survey. That information will then allow Ephraim to identify key health concerns and opportunities to improve access to care and health resources across the region they serve. You can find out more information on the Ephraim McDowell Health Facebook page. Centenary Methodist Church's Little Cherub Sale is this weekend. The sale happens twice a year, with this weekend's being a spring and summer sale. Nearly 200 consigners will be selling items for kids from birth through their teenage years. Consigners keep 70% of what they sell, while the church donates 30% to local missions and programs. It starts on Friday at 8:30 in the morning and goes through 7 at night, and on Saturday, where many items are half price, from 8 until 2 at Centenary Methodist Church. The weather takes a much more stormy turn today, with strong storms possible as we progress through the rest of this day. It's also a bizarre day for temperatures, which will see our highs into the mid to upper 70s and our lows tonight into the mid 30s. What's expected to be around a 40-degree difference in the high and low. Thursday brings in much cooler weather as well, with highs into the upper 40s. A measure protecting children from social media platforms was up for discussion in the State House. Keith West has details.
Many countries around the globe have taken steps to ban their kids from the ills associated with social media. But here in the U.S., those measures have failed in the courts. House Bill 227 hopes to remedy that by not banning a certain age group, but by making the platforms police themselves. The bill will require those platforms to rely on age estimation, not age verification, something that online platforms already do for targeted advertising. And the measure prohibits accounts for children without parental consent. The sponsor of House Bill 227 is Representative Matt Lockett of Nicholasville.
So, Mr. Speaker, simply put, House Bill 227 protects our kids, it protects parental rights, it protects free speech, and it holds big tech companies liable in the event they don't follow the law.
Representative Lockett said that the state's attorney general would be authorized to enforce any violations. Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
House Bill 227 received the full support from the House and now heads to the Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
Is your car in need of a shine? Keep it sparkling all month long with Safari Falls Car Wash. Locally owned, locally loved. Come visit us at Safari Falls. Your car deserves the best, and so do you.
Free vacuums, free towels, free interior and glass cleaner. Everything you need to shine inside and out, included with every wash.
We have your car covered with unbeatable service around the clock. Our Jane Trail location is open 24/7 for your car care needs.
The Danville Mailing Center makes shipping easy. UPS, FedEx, DHL, U.S. Postal Service. Let them find the fastest or most economical way. They'll even pack it up. It's a no-hassle way to ship. The Danville Mailing Center on Jane Trail across from McDonald's. Ask for your $3 discount.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Southern Heating and Cooling, keeping your home cozy as your comfort is their priority. Veteran-owned, family-operated, locally trusted. Come on, go online. SouthernHeatingCooling.com or call 859-324-2770. Rain showers, thunderstorms are likely today. A high today of 77, very windy day. Wind gusts up over 35 miles per hour. Low tonight of 35. Yeah, 77 the high, 35 is the low tonight. Crazy stuff. 42-degree difference in temperature. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy through mid-morning, gradually clearing. 50s the high, 36 is the low. Partly sunny on Friday, 60. Sunny on Saturday, 62. Mostly cloudy Sunday and 73. Right now, it's 6:37 in the morning. It's 69 degrees. Larry Vought's got Vought's Views for you today. What's up, Larry?
Vought's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
The Southeastern Conference Men's Basketball Tournament starts today in Nashville, and I have no idea what to expect from Coach Mark Pope's Kentucky team. The good news is that no matter what happens this week, Kentucky is going to be in the NCAA tournament, something that was not a given just a few weeks ago. What makes this week so difficult to predict is that Kentucky has been very, very good at times, but also very, very bad at times, like it was at Texas A&M last week. The most consistent part of Kentucky's basketball season has been Kentucky's inconsistency, and that's not good in postseason play. I'm also anxious to see how many Kentucky fans travel to Nashville to support the Cats. Remember the days when Kentucky seemed to own the SEC tournament and making the championship game was almost a given? Those days are long gone, and most Kentucky fans probably would celebrate if Kentucky somehow just made the SEC tournament semifinals.
Vought's Views will return in a moment.
Go camping.
Go hiking.
Go antiquing.
Go kayaking.
Go fishing.
Go discovering.
Whoa!
Go exploring.
Go KDiz.com.
Kentucky, find what moves you.
Nashville has not been gracious to the Wildcats recently. Coach Mark Pope's team lost 99-70 to Alabama in the 2025 SEC tournament in Nashville. Gonzaga blistered Kentucky 94-59 in Nashville. Vanderbilt clobbered UK 80-55 in Nashville. That means UK has lost by a combined 89 points in its last 3 games in Nashville. Kentucky certainly owes Big Blue fans who go to Nashville a much better performance than it has the last 3 games, but with this up-and-down team, don't count on it.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
Larry Vaught's Views, Mondays through Fridays, right here on The Joe Show at this time on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. I got my cup of coffee in my left hand this morning, and speaking of coffee, RFK Jr. has declared war on Dunkin' Donuts and on Starbucks. Uh-oh, check out this ad.
Hi, folks, it's Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Want a tasty cup of coffee without all the sugar and additives that those other places have? Then come to RF Coffee, the coffee shop that I've opened up. Yep, my coffee is brewed from the finest, and every drink is totally healthy. No additives, no dyes, no anything, except beef tallow. There's a bunch of beef tallow in every cup. And raw milk. Here, try some of my RF coffee.
It's yellowish white. Are you sure this is coffee?
Of course, and the secret ingredient is...
Oh, this doesn't even taste anything like coffee.
That's right, because it isn't coffee, it's RF coffee.
What's that mean?
It means that...
What the?
RF coffee. Try it today.
Here you go, RFK Jr. Coffee. Let's see what's going on in this morning's world of absolute good. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are, and I'm right there with you. These stories remind us of the silver lining in the cloud over all of our heads. My way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll go do the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up on the piano. It's Mr. Floyd Kramer for you. Well, good news action on this Wednesday morning, and here we go. Story number 1 coming from a cruise line where Chef Jeff Danville and his wife Megan Lingsweiler own the Standard Restaurant in Toledo. After a very busy holiday season, the couple decided to reward their staff with a 3-day Royal Caribbean cruise. Some of the eatery's local customers also came along with this cruise. Andrew Jackson shared that, quote, everybody went there as employees, and when we left and went back home, everybody was like family. Danville and Lingsweiler say their success is in large part to their staff and rewarded them further with holiday bonuses as well. Sounds like an awesome place to work. You get a holiday bonus and a cruise. Yeah, count me in. Story number 2, Winsel's Oyster House in Mobile, Alabama has a deal for free oysters for any customer who turns 80 and walks in with their father. Jimmy Rush and his 99-year-old father are now taking advantage of the offer, the first ones to do that. They went to the restaurant for Jimmy's 80th birthday. They've been regulars for over 50 years. The restaurant marked the occasion on social media, along with wishing Jimmy and his dad a happy birthday. Jimmy's birthday, but his dad there as well. And then story number 3, social media showed up when no one else would, like they can to a 9-year-old girl's birthday party, I should say. Samantha Chamberlain went out to make the party perfect, but a half hour later, the space they used was empty. Samantha decided to go big and posted the situation on social media. Neighbors and community members started pouring in with presents for Isley Marquez. And she had the best day ever, she said. She invited people to her birthday. Nobody showed up. Social media made it happen. One of the good parts of social media. A child's empty party is quickly attended by community members. A man who's 80 and his 99-year-old dad, the first to claim a restaurant reward for free oysters. And restaurant owners take staff on a cruise and their local customers on a cruise as well. That's what's going on in this morning's world of absolute good, folks. Floyd Kramer, take us home, buddy. It's all yours. Sylvanus at Sunrise is coming up next right here on The Joe Show on WHIR.
It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. You had the Danville Lee's famous recipe for the Wednesday special. You get 3 pieces of our famous golden fried chicken, hand-breaded tenders, or fish and chicken combo served with your choice of 2 sides and a warm, hot, home-style buttermilk biscuit, a delicious midweek tradition. 2-piece strip meals are just $4.99. 8-piece boxes are $12, or get a 4-piece wing deal for $4.99. Skip cooking tonight and head to Danville Lee's famous recipe on South Fort. Lee's famous recipe, real home-style flavor, made fresh every day.
Hey, it's your radio back again. Been a little busy putting up Wi-Fi hotspots everywhere. Do you realize more people are now streaming radio via the internet? You might say I get around. And if you run a business and want the word to get around about your products or services, you should consider radio advertising. Do you want to reach new customers? Well, radio advertising has the best ROI of any media to get the word out about your business. And radio encourages repeat business. We give your customers reasons to return to your store instead of someone else's. Now, if you want to generate more traffic, that's where radio can really help. Also, the advertising you do today is selling customers who might make their buying decision weeks or even months from now. Radio advertising generates new customers and sales now and in the future. Hey, and back to Wi-Fi. You want to drive the neighbors crazy? Just name your Wi-Fi Police Surveillance Van.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
This is Kyle Busch, and you're listening to PRN's Garage Pass.
YouTuber Cletus McFarland has signed a deal with RCR to go racing in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Kyle Busch has something to say about it. For PRN's Garage Pass, this is Andrew Curlin.
This April at Bristol, 750 horsepower meets soft tires. More power, less grip. Drivers wrestling machines that don't want to be tamed. When the engines roar and the rubber wears, you don't get calm, you get chaos. Slide jobs, fenders bending, tempers rising. It's the Food City 500 weekend, April 10th through the 12th at Bristol Motor Speedway. And it's where race fans will be. Bring yourself, bring your friends, bring your cooler. Just don't blink. It's not just a race.
It's Bristol, baby! YouTuber Cletus McFarland signed a 2-year deal with RCR to race a handful of NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series races. This comes after Cletus has made several starts in the ARCA Menard Series and most recently a start in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, where he crashed out on lap 6. There's a lot of chatter about this in the industry. People are saying that the approval process for Cletus to go racing in one of the top 3 levels of NASCAR was too easy. Kyle Busch, who, by the way, races for RCR, has some strong words about it.
I don't know how many races he's run. Denny Hamlin ran 10,000 before he got here, right? So I don't know if Cletus has run 10 or not, but there's definitely a need to having ample experience of just, my son's probably run more races than he has, and he's 10 years old, you know what I mean? So I don't think that sets well with many of us.
Those are some strong words from Rowdy. Here's the advice he has for Cletus with the lack of on-track experience.
Use the sim as much as you can. The sim is only a tool. As good as that tool is, it's not great. There's no on-track tests to be able to go do. I remember when I came in when I was 17, 18 years old, and it was time to go run some of these places for the first time. We had 5 tests available to us as a rookie, and we used all of those, So, I don't know. It's a different time, man.
Cletus will make his debut at Rockingham the first weekend of April. We'll just have to see if he can impress the other drivers and maybe Kyle Busch. For PRN's Garage Pass, this is Andrew Curlin.
Fueling NASCAR champions on the track for over 20 years to innovating 94 octane, the highest octane on the market. Performance is what Sunoco does. All Sunoco fuel at the pump meets the same top-tier standards as the fuel used in NASCAR. From the track to your tank, you can trust Sunoco to help your vehicle perform at its peak.
Farmers, Paris Stockyard is making it easier than ever to buy and sell cattle. Paris Stockyard opens its gates to every farmer, every herd, every operation. Paris Stockyard now hosts 2 weekly sales, Mondays at 9 a.m. and Thursdays at 9 a.m., located on US 68 just outside of Paris, Kentucky. They are proud to be farmers doing business with farmers. Support 2 weekly sales at Paris Stockyard every Monday and Thursday at 9 a.m. For full details, visit Facebook and search Paris Stockyard.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, Little Rayleigh Joe. Thanks for that. Brought to you by our friends over at the Little Sign Shop. Our new owners and operators offering all types of quality signs at affordable prices, many within 24 hours. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them 859-238-7391. Cloudy skies, rain showers, thunderstorms, high of 77, low tonight of 35. Tomorrow, gradually clearing, 50s the high, 36 the low. Tomorrow, Friday, I should say, partly sunny and 60. Saturday, 62. Sunday, you get 73 with breezy conditions. 6:50 in the morning, 69 degrees. Wednesday, the 11th day of March. Hey, today, kind of sneaking up on you a little bit. It's the girls' Sweet 16 tournament starts today at Rump Arena. Now, we don't have any area teams in it this year. West Jessamine represents the 12th region girls. And it's close, but we don't cover West Jessamine is what I mean. So they'll play tonight at 8:30 in the evening against Taylor County. The final game, the nightcap of the game of the session, this day number 1 of the girls' Sweet 16. Boys' Sweet 16, which will feature Danville Christian Academy. They won the region last night in a game heard on Z105, 37-33 over West Jessamine. And that DCA team will play next Wednesday, March the 18th, versus Great Crossing High School, the 11th region champion. Great Crossing swept the 11th region tournament for the 3rd consecutive year. Back-to-back-to-back, 11th region champs. But tonight begins the girls' Sweet 16, West Jessamine's run. In the Sweet 16 begins tonight. 100% hilarious. So bad they're good. Warning, these may make you cringe. It's time for everyone's 6th favorite segment on the Joe Show every single morning. We call this the Dad Joke of the Day. Here it is.
Dad Joke of the Day.
All right, I went to the park yesterday. Hanging out in the park. I was eating a pastry at the park. And I had an extra pastry, and there were a couple of pigeons around, so, I broke off my pastry, and I fed my extra pastry to the pigeons at the park. It turns out that I filled 2 birds with 1 scone. Dad Joke of the Day, Mondays through Fridays, right here on the Joe Show, WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
Welcome to the planet of the apps. Oh, this is a good one. Listen, if you need to eliminate pain, don't you hate pain, and get back to being just as loose as a goose and feeling great, then download ROM Coach. That's ROM, ROM Coach. You got low back pain, rotator cuff, tendonitis, tennis elbow, poor posture, whatever it is, the ROM Coach gets in it. And for about 10 to 15 minutes max, you'll be amazed. These are routines that you may not have thought to do, but they work. They're for full body maintenance, they're for stretching, and it's free. ROM Coach. I tried it, and I was amazed. There's one that you do for the lower back. It's amazing. Just so much to do with ROM Coach. ROM Coach. Free in the App Store. Get it. It's Rick Dees and this molten magma every day. We call it the planet of the apps.
Yes, we do. Rick Dees, the planet of the apps, Mondays through Fridays, right here on the Joe Show at this time, leads us into this morning's Country Comic Spotlight, where we've got Phil Kopczynski in the spotlight this morning. Phil Kopczynski talking about how he's getting old, and how old men are never all right. Phil Kopczynski in the Country Comic Spotlight. Here he is.
Yeah, man, that getting older sneaks up on you, though, right? I had a wake-up call for how old I am recently. I was playing pickup basketball at a park, and these young guys showed up. One of them bumps into me. My whole life, somebody bumps into me in sports. They're like, "My bad, you good? You good?" This young guy bumped into me and he's like, "Sir, are you all right?" I was like, "Man, I'm sir, are you all right, old? I had no idea." Worst part was, I was not all right at all. I was limping out of that park like, "Yeah, it'll be okay later, someday, probably, maybe. I don't know. My wife's got ointments. We'll figure it out." It's nice to catch up with my boss. I've always been kind of like a grumpy old man, especially when it comes to money. I get really grumpy when I hear people fantasize about being rich. So they're always like, "Oh, dude, if I had $1 million, I get a mansion, Mustang, condo in Hawaii." It's like, dude, you just spent $2 million imaginary dollars. Your budget was $1 million imaginary dollars. You're never gonna be rich. You can't even manage your imaginary money right now, man. So we're always doing stuff to save money at my house. We shop at Goodwill. I made a terrible mistake. I donated all my kids' clothes to Goodwill.
Oh, an ad pops up in the middle of it. Hold on, Phil Kopczynski's got a funny story about Goodwill. Let's get through this ad and we'll get back to it. Here it is.
Not funny, buddy. I took the laundry bag down there rather than the donation bag. Yeah, here's a lesson you can learn from me. They don't like it when you go back to Goodwill and try to undonate. So me and my sons were driving around shopping for things we used to own. And we saw a pair of underwear at a Goodwill. My son's like, "Oh, Dad, who's buying their underwear at Goodwill?" I'm like, "Yo, man, the real question is, who is donating their underwear?" I've never been done with a pair of underwear and been like, "Man, you know what? Somebody else needs to turn with these."
Phil Kopczynski in the Country Comic Spotlight. Rick Dees in this morning's Planet of the Apps and the dad joke of the day. Best jokes from last night's late night shows. Jimmy Fallon on NBC's Tonight Show last night joked about President Donald Trump talking about the U.S. military objective in Iran.
He also said that the U.S. is making major strides towards completing our military objective. Yeah. We're almost done with step one, figuring out our military objective.
Jimmy Fallon also joking about President Trump describing the war in Iran.
Of course, the big story happens to be, continues to be what's happening in the Middle East. And yesterday, President Trump said that the war in Iran will be a short-term excursion. Short-term excursion. It's the first war to be described like a day of apple picking.
Seth Meyers joking about President Donald Trump making excuses for playing golf during recent meetings on NBC's Late Night.
In a post yesterday on Truth Social, President Trump said that while he is spending the day at his Miami golf club, there are, quote, many important meetings and phone calls taking place. Hey, man, we're totally fine if you just play golf. Every time you have a meeting, we have to change something on a map.
Seth Meyers also joking about Vice President J.D. Vance, I should say, talking to the International Association of Firefighters.
While speaking to the International Association of Firefighters yesterday, Vice President J.D. Vance said that he called 911 multiple times as a child until they finally explained to him that there's nothing they could do about women wearing slacks.
Someone is at Sunrise, Seth Meyers, Jimmy Fallon, Rick Dees in this morning's Planet of the Apps. The dad joke of the day, Mondays through Fridays right here on The Joe Show at this time. It's 69 degrees, Wednesday, the 11th day of March. Stormy, rainy, windy day expected in the forecast for us. We're back in 1 minute on The Joe Show.
So you want to be a recycling hero in Danville with curbside pickup or impress the fine folks at Boyle County Recycling Center? Pay attention, because it's a little more than just breathing air and tossing your stuff in the bin. Only plastics marked with numbers 1 and 2 make the cut. Got it? Great. And don't just toss in goo-covered spaghetti jars or soda cans. Rinse those bad boys. Gotta be squeaky clean, shiny happy, bone dry. Bonus tip, this also applies to your metal cans, whether they're steel, tin, or aluminum. Seriously, don't mix in that oil-stained tin foil hat. Got a hoarding problem with cardboard, catalogs, and magazines that rival a library? Set them free to reincarnate. Cereal boxes, office paper, they're all up for this new spiritual paper journey. And listen up, confetti enthusiasts, bag that shredded paper. Sorry, folks. Glass is not welcome to the recyclables party, but hey, give yourself a high five for recycling right.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
Hello, this is Jessica Sperlin. The Sperlin family is proud to be the owner of Preston Pruitt Sperlin Funeral Home in Danville. Our pledge to you is to offer the same compassionate, caring service that Preston Pruitt established in 1880.
The Sperlin family has many years' experience taking care of families like yours with the finest and most affordable services available. They're located on South 4th Street in Danville. Call 859-236-4343, 236-4343.
Preston Pruitt Sperlin Funeral Home. Our family serving your family.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 7 o'clock. NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. President Trump claims the U.S. military has destroyed 10 mine-laying vessels, while the Pentagon puts that number even higher. More from Mark Mayfield.
He posted on Truth Social the inactive mine-laying boats and/or ships had been hit and completely destroyed. This follows reports that Iran was laying mines in the Strait of Hormuz to disrupt oil moving through the region's key choke point. About 1/5 of the world's crude oil passes through the strait. I'm Mark Mayfield.
The State Department reports more than 40,000 Americans have returned to the U.S. from the Middle East. Meanwhile, the department has helped over 27,000 Americans abroad, offering security guidance and travel assistance. Toronto police are investigating what they describe as a national security incident after gunfire struck the U.S. consulate early Tuesday, damaging the building but causing no injuries. Authorities say a witness alerted an officer to report the shooting Tuesday morning, with investigators believing the shooting happened roughly an hour earlier.
There, 2 individuals emerged from the vehicle, discharged at what appears to be a handgun at the front of the building, and then got back into their vehicle and drove southbound.
Deputy Chief Frank Barretto said officers found shell casings, evidence of gunfire, and visible damage to the consulate. They're looking into possible links to the ongoing U.S. military operation against Iran. The race to fill former Georgia GOP Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's seat is projected to advance to a runoff election. Democrat Sean Harris and Republican Clay Fuller emerged atop a crowded field of 22 candidates on Tuesday. Former Republican State Senator Colton Moore came in a distant third place and conceded.
Folks, I really appreciate each and every one of you for coming out tonight. But if you look at the poll numbers, they don't really look that good for us.
Fuller has been endorsed by President Trump. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-909-9696. 800-909-90.
House Speaker Mike Johnson is refusing to condemn anti-Muslim remarks made by 2 Republican congressmen. Johnson suggested the men weren't talking about Muslims in general, but rather efforts to impose Islamic Sharia law in the U.S.
There's a lot of energy in the country and a lot of popular sentiment that the demand to impose Sharia law in America is a serious problem. That's what animates this.
Johnson spoke Tuesday after Tennessee Congressman Andy Ogle said that Muslims don't belong in American society. And Florida Congressman Randy Fine said that, in his words, if they force us to choose, the choice between dogs and Muslims is not a difficult one. The speaker said he addressed the tone of their messaging, but stressed that the Constitution gives everyone the right to speak freely about their beliefs. He added that imposing Sharia law is in direct conflict with the U.S. Constitution. It's not clear where he sees that this is happening. Italy took down the United States 8-6 in pool play at the World Baseball Classic on Tuesday. USA manager Mark DeRosa says it was a tough loss for the team.
Tough game, great game by Italy. Jumped on us quick.
couple big homers to kind of stifle the crowd a little bit, and we had the right guys at the plate at the right time. Just weren't able to get it done.
AI actress Tilly Norwood is releasing new music. More from Matt Mattinson.
The AI creation dropped her new song, Take the Lead, which reflects on last year's extreme backlash following her debut. The main verse includes the lyrics, AI's not the enemy, it's the key. A music video also accompanied the song, which sees Norwood across London, on chat shows, on billboards, taking selfies with fans, and performing in stadiums.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Hi folks, Tony Wilder here, chairman of our America's 250 birthday celebration. Our next free event is the film presentation of The Shot Heard Round the World at the Boyle County Performing Arts Center on Tuesday, March 17th at 7 p.m. The film is produced and directed by eminent historian and Center College grad Kent Masterson Brown, and it depicts the epic battles of Lexington Concord, where our brave Minutemen fought the British and shed the first American blood of the Revolution. Reserve your tickets at thebcpac.com/tickets. So reserve those free tickets at the Boyle County Performing Arts Center website. See you there.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday, from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
Good morning to you. Wednesday, the 11th day of March, 031126 on your calendar. Cloudy day with rain showers and possibly a thunderstorm on this Wednesday. Forecast is coming your way. News is now.
It's all about you and Stuart Powell.
Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda. We are the #1 volume retail dealer in Central Kentucky and the fastest growing Mazda dealer in the state of Kentucky. Our people make a difference and we make it easy. Stop by and see for yourself how car buying should be. 225 South Danville Bypass or online at stuartpowell.com.
Because we know how. It's an easy thing to do in Danville. Stuart Powell.
Mazda. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Ephraim McDowell Health has begun their 2026 Community Health Needs Assessment, a process that's conducted every 3 years to help Ephraim better understand the health needs and priorities of the communities it serves. As a part of this, you're invited to share your input through a brief community survey. That information will then allow Ephraim to identify key health concerns and opportunities to improve access to care and health resources across the region they serve. You can find out more information on the Ephraim McDowell Health Facebook page. Centenary Methodist Church's Little Cherub Sale is this weekend. The sale happens twice a year, with this weekend's being a spring and summer sale. Nearly 200 consigners will be selling items for kids from birth through their teenage years. Consigners keep 70% of what they sell, while the church donates 30% to local missions and programs. It starts on Friday at 8:30 in the morning and goes through 7 at night, and on Saturday, where many items are half price, from 8 until 2 at Centenary Methodist Church. The weather takes a much more stormy turn today, with strong storms possible as we progress through the rest of this day. It's also a bizarre day for temperatures, which will see our highs into the mid to upper 70s and our lows tonight into the mid 30s. What's expected to be around a 40-degree difference in the high and low. Thursday brings in much cooler weather as well, with highs into the upper 40s. A measure protecting children from social media platforms was up for discussion in the State House. Keith West has details.
Many countries around the globe have taken steps to ban their kids from the ills associated with social media. But here in the U.S., those measures have failed in the courts. House Bill 227 hopes to remedy that by not banning a certain age group, but by making the platforms police themselves. The bill will require those platforms to rely on age estimation, not age verification, something that online platforms already do for targeted advertising. And the measure prohibits accounts for children without parental consent. The sponsor of House Bill 227 is Representative Matt Lockett of Nicholasville.
So, Mr. Speaker, simply put, House Bill 227 protects our kids, It protects parental rights, it protects free speech, and it holds big tech companies liable in the event they don't follow the law.
Representative Lockett said that the state's attorney general would be authorized to enforce any violations. Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
House Bill 227 received the full support from the House and now heads to the Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
We love NASCAR. Catch the races here on WHIR AM 1230.
Equipment sale coming up Thursday, March the 12th, 9 a.m., and that's at Baker Auction Center in Junction City, Kentucky. Be 9 a.m. live on site with online bidding.
To get the best of both worlds.
And it's 4755 US 127 Junction City, Kentucky. So that is exactly 3 miles south of Danville, Walmart. Hard to miss.
Right off 127, big building, got Baker Auction and Realty.
Call us at 855-858 sold 855-858-7653. And don't forget, get more for your acre. Call Willie Baker.
The Bread of Life Cafe in Casey County, Highway 127, proudly serves several all-you-can-eat buffets. Start out with the lunch buffet, $13.99. Thursday, after 4, seniors 55 and older can experience the buffet for $9.99. Friday after 4, swimming for the seafood buffet, $19.99. Saturday morning breakfast buffet, 7 till 10:30, $10.99. And Saturday after 4, make your way to the evening buffet for $14.99. Feed your tummy and your soul with a visit to the Bread of Life Cafe, 5 miles south of Liberty on Highway 127. Open till 8 Monday through Thursday night, Friday and Saturday till 9.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Thank you there, little Rayleigh Joe. Appreciate that. Brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Danville Auto Body Shop and Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency, proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you. Calling Mark or Chris for a free quote, 859-236-6686. Showers and thunderstorms are likely. A high today of 77, low tonight of 35. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy through mid-morning, gradually clearing, high of 50. Friday, partly sunny and 60. Right now, it's 7:11 in the morning. I was chuckling. I'm on Twitter right now looking, and there's a highlight, not from last night's DCA game, but from the night before when DCA beat Rockcastle County. And some reason Twitter doesn't always put like your timeline in chronological order. So here's a highlight from 2 games ago, the first thing I see. And it was when DCA beat Rockcastle County. In the third quarter, Graham Domitian, who plays for DCA, had the basketball and like whipped a pass over his head to end the third quarter, and DCA scored to end the quarter, and they romped Rockcastle County 2 nights ago. But there's a fan on DCA's side underneath the basket who sees the pass, who just goes crazy, starts dancing, holds his hands on his head like, I can't believe what I just saw. And his reaction just cracked me up. DCA did do it last night, though, as well, in the region championship, 37-33, as they beat West Jessamine. We'll talk with DCA boys coach Sean Busick at 7:45-ish. Or so this morning. Right around 7:45, we'll have Coach Busick on to talk about that region championship win last night over West Jessamine. Right now, it's Daniel Elliott who joins us, our Boyle and Casey County State rep. Good morning, Daniel. How are you?
Hey, Joe. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you being on here, Daniel. What about those DCA Warriors doing it again last night, Daniel?
Yeah, congratulations. That's back-to-back, right?
Yes, back-to-back. Yeah, they won it last year, won it this year. They'll play Great Crossing now from the 11th region in the first round of the Boys Sweet 16 a week from today, 8:30 in the evening on Wednesday, March the 18th. So mark it down in your calendar, Daniel.
No, that's Scott County.
Yes, Great Crossing is in Scott County. Yeah, they've won the 11th region 3 straight years.
Wow.
And they were not the pick to win it this year. They were like, I saw a poll on social media that a Lexington sports writer had up before the region tournament began, and he asked his viewers or followers on Twitter, pick the 11th region finalist, the team that's going to win the 11th region. Great Crossing was not even on the 4 teams he had listed, right? They were a little bit down on the list of teams that people believe would win the 11th region, but they did it anyway. And that 11th region is tough, that Lexington region. Great Crossing won their 3rd straight 11th region. So DCA, Great Crossing, the two have never played before head-to-head. They'll play next Wednesday at 8:30 in the evening.
Well, it's been a while since the team here has gone back-to-back in the region, hasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, since a team from here, you're right. Now, Pulaski County won it in 2023 and 24, so we're actually in the midst of back-to-back repeaters, if that makes sense. But it's been a while since a team here in this area has repeated. So it's a fun day to be a DCA Warrior today. And my daughter, who goes to DCA, was rooting for them hardcore. Of course, she's a kindergartner, so she doesn't really know what's going on with the basketball team. But she knew that if DCA won, she got a dress-down day today. Didn't have to wear DCA uniforms. So she is happy for the DCA boys team. She can wear like a hoodie and jeans today to school.
That's cute.
Yes. Yeah, so way to go, DCA. Daniel, what happened there on the House floor last night?
So we had several bills, Joe, which, this is the time of the session when that's going to be the case. So we had 7 bills. Had the road plan, had House Bill 900, which is a little different than typical. It will be one-time funded projects up to $900 million that we voted to appropriate. However, no project was actually in the appropriation, so that will move over to the Senate. I think they will pass it, and then the projects will have to be negotiated between the House and Senate leaders and the leaders of the 2 appropriations committees, and then when they get a list of what they think is the best projects to put forward, then we will have to vote on approving that list. The other bill that passed was House Bill 9, which is a tax on alcohol and cannabis-infused beverages. It had some opposition, Joe, due to, I think, probably a misunderstanding that this is somehow a new tax on the consumer. 4% retail tax. It's really not. It's a shifting of where the tax, at what point the tax is collected. So it's going to be collected on the retail purchase end, but the consumer has always paid all of the the regulatory taxes related to alcohol and cannabis-infused beverage sales. So it really wasn't a tax increase. It was just a shift of where the tax is collected, if that makes sense.
Okay, yes. Yeah, I saw that House Bill 9. So that was passed yesterday, and goes to the Senate committee now for consideration, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
Yes, it'll go over to the Senate, and I anticipate it will pass there, since there's been quite a bit of work on this.
Yeah. So you said how many total bills did you all pass?
So 7.
7 of them. You all been busy. I mean, y'all are getting through the bills now, Daniel. Y'all are getting it done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have picked up our pace, which is typical. I mean, that's been my experience over the years, is that more and more gets done as the days are counted down, and we don't have really a whole lot of time left in terms of our days. So
yeah. Well, let me ask you this, Daniel. What's the update and the latest on the budget? Where does that stand?
Yeah, it's still in a Senate committee, so they still have not passed it through their appropriations committee at this point.
Okay. Do they plan on looking at it anytime soon?
I think they're having their meetings in the Senate that they do, and I anticipate that they will. But this is, not untypical for the budget process to be sort of toward the end of the 60-day session. It seems to be when it is always. Of course, it'll have to be passed by the April 1st veto deadline.
Yeah. So when does the session end?
It ends on the 15th of April.
Okay. All right, April 15th. 60-day session, right?
Right, 60
Okay.
days.
What about today, Daniel? What's on the agenda potentially on the House floor you all could hear today? Anything important, special?
There's a possibility that a bill that I have could be heard, which I don't know if it's special, but it is my bill. It's got some press attention on the Human Rights Commission. And
Oh, yeah, okay.
Americans with Disabilities Act. That could be heard.
The gentleman from Boyle County could be coming up and speaking on the House floor today.
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
We've been whipping the bill to see if there's support to have the votes to pass it. It's always important to have enough votes to pass something.
Right.
But there's also looks like 535 and 757. 535 is an act related to investor-owned electric utilities. 757 is an act related to another revenue sales tax and use measure that's been added to the rules of the day. So, and then we have some others that are just kind of hanging around, that bills that passed committee a couple of weeks ago that could be voted on, like moving interpersonal protective orders from family court to district court.
Okay. So there you go. Got some things potentially on the House floor today you could vote on. And, well, Daniel, we will talk again tomorrow about those today. What's the time you all gavel in today for session?
So 2 o'clock.
All right, 2 o'clock this afternoon. Daniel, appreciate you being on. Safe travels to Frankfort. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
Great, Joe.
All right, Daniel. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Bye-bye.
That's Daniel Elliott Boyle and Casey County State Rep giving us updates Mondays through Fridays at 7:10 right here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News, Talk Sports, and HometownLive.net. Again, quick programming note, DCA boys basketball coach Sean Busick joins the show this morning around 7:45. Tried to get him on last night if you listen to the postgame broadcast after the show, but we just ran out of time, and they were celebrating and cutting the nets and, doing interviews on the court and taking photos and all that, and I certainly understand all that. So Coach Busick agreed to come on this morning with us, so we'll have him on at 7:45 this morning right here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News, Talk Sports. We'll step aside, we'll come back. The Big Daddy has got his morning debut of sports coming your way next, right here on WHIR, The Joe Show, your talk of the town.
Hey, this is Jack Mathis. I love sports, and this is Sport with the Big Daddy, Steve Bochum. Brought to you by Stuart Powell Mazda.
It's all about you and Stuart Powell.
Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda. We are the #1 volume retail dealer for Central Kentucky and the fastest growing Mazda dealer in the state of Kentucky. Our people make a difference, and we make it easy. Stop by and see for yourself how car buying should be. 225 South Danville Bypass or online at stuartpowell.com.
Because we know how. It's an easy thing to do in Danville. Stuart Powell Ford Mazda.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. In the boys' 12th Region Championship last night at Pulaski County, Danville Christian Academy overcame slowdown tactics to defeat West Jessamine 37-33. It was 14-12 at the half. It's the Warriors' second 12th Region Championship in a row. DCA will face defending state champion Great Crossing in Rupp Arena 1 week from tonight in the boys' Sweet 16. Also advancing last night were Lyon County in the second, Grayson County in the third, Warren Central in the fourth, Taylor County in the fifth, Butler in the sixth, North Oldham in the eighth, Covington Catholic in the ninth, Clark County in the 10th, and Boyd County in the 16th. Kentucky begins its postseason journey this afternoon in Nashville when they face LSU in the men's SEC tournament. In their only meeting this year back in mid-January, the Cats escaped with a last-second win on the road, 75-74. UK is a slight favorite to win today. Cam Williams is listed as probable, giving the Cats a little more depth. Our pregame shows began at 11 o'clock this morning. Tip-off is set for 12:30 for Kentucky versus LSU on your home for the Wildcats, Z105. The rest of today's schedule finds Mississippi State playing Auburn at 3, while tonight's lineup begins with Ole Miss facing Texas, followed by South Carolina and Oklahoma. If Kentucky wins today, they'll play Missouri tomorrow at 12:30 on Z105. The UK Healthcare Girls Sweet 16 is underway today in Rupp Arena. At 11 o'clock, Henderson County faces Frederick Douglass. Then at 1:30, it'll be Callaway County and Assumption. This evening at 6, Pikeville plays Notre Dame, followed by 12th Region champion West Jessamine taking on Taylor County. And that's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
In the heart of Harrodsburg, Kentucky, Mercer Stone Company is shaping driveways and dreams. Supplying quality stone with local dedication, these folks know a thing or two about building from the ground up. With friendly service and a commitment to getting your project done right, you'll find the materials and know-how you need. And lay the foundation for your next great project with Mercer Stone Company today. We will rock you.
Hunger does not discriminate. It impacts the elderly woman who greets you at church, the little boy who sits next to your child at school, the working mother who cuts your hair. In fact, God's Pantry Food Bank is providing food assistance to 1 in 7 people in central and eastern Kentucky. You can help us in the fight. For every $1 donated to God's Pantry Food Bank, we can distribute 4.5 meals to people in need. To find out how you can help, visit godspantry.org or call 859-255-6592.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by
All right, Little Riley Joe, appreciate that. Brought to you by our friends hanging out over at the Little Sign Shop. Need a sign, a banner, or decal fast? The owners and operators have got you covered. Full-color digital printing, magnetic signs, auto signage, and logo design. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them 859-238-7391 for the Little Sign Shop. All right, you get cloudy skies, rain showers, and thunderstorms are possible today. A high of 77 and a low tonight of 35. You get rain shower, thunderstorm chances basically all day long today. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy through mid-morning, gradually clearing, a high of 50. On Friday, partly sunny, 60. Saturday, sunny and 62. Right now, it's 7:27 in the morning. We're looking at 70 degrees. Wednesday, the 11th day of the month of March. And we're happy to have you on the show on this Wednesday morning. 859-238-WHIR, the phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447. Hey, Russia is desperately wiping a video that shows their President Vladimir Putin coughing, not just coughing, struggling for breath amid rumored ongoing health problems. Well, it's because he hasn't taken any Putin-tussin.
Greetings, it is Vladimir Putin, and if you're like me, you're never sick. But if you ever do get sick, which I do not, there's Putin-tussin, the over-the-counter cough and cold medicine that works when you need it, which is never if you are me. Yes, it will stop your cough dead in its tracks. Not like I have a cough, I've never coughed. Just listen to this Putin-tussin user.
Sometimes when I get a cough, I use Putin-tussin, and it really... What was that?
It was nothing. It was not me. It was you. You coughed just now.
No, I didn't.
Admit that it was you who coughed and not me, or you will pay dearly.
Silly me. It was I who coughed. Not you, dear leader Putin. Thank goodness for Putin-tussin.
You've got that right. Putin-tussin, the cough medicine for people who cough, which I never do. In stores now.
All right, yeah. Putin-tussin. All right, new food trend. We always talk about new trends on the show. New social media trends, things like that. If you ask someone how they want their eggs and they say frambled, they're not just mumbling. Frambled eggs. How do you want your eggs? Frambled. No, that's an actual way, apparently. It's a real thing. One of the latest trends on TikTok now, usually trends are really stupid on TikTok. Here's one. See what you think about it. It's a mashup of fried eggs and scrambled eggs, and some people are saying it's kind of an improvement on both. It's not all fried, it's not all scrambled, it's just right. And they're fairly simple to make. You just melt some butter or oil into a non-stick skillet over low heat. Some people also add a little milk to the process. Then you crack the eggs directly out of the pan. Use a spatula to gently break up the egg whites, moving it around the yolks. After a couple of minutes, you can run the spatula through the yolks and then let the eggs set. And that's it. The idea is that they're less annoying to make than fried eggs, but also less dry than scrambled eggs, with more of a textural variation to it, and more of that yolky flavor since it's streaking through rather than fully incorporated. One of the first TikToks that went viral asks if they invented something new. They didn't. This has been a real thing for a while with the name Frambled Eggs or Sunny Scrambled Eggs. But people are now just obsessing over this. Frambled Eggs, the new TikTok trend. It's 7:30.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
State Auditor Allison Ball says hundreds of at-risk foster children are being housed in Kentucky office buildings and state parks. Ball says the WHIR administration has created a systemic problem impacting children of all ages. A new report documents that more than 300 kids were placed in non-traditional housing over a 22-month period, including dozens with suicidal thoughts. The governor's office dismissed the report as political games. The ACLU of Kentucky is asking to intervene in a federal lawsuit to protect sensitive voter data. The motion follows a Department of Justice lawsuit against Secretary of State Michael Adams after he refused to hand over voters' names and addresses. Advocates argue the federal effort threatens democracy and could unlawfully target naturalized citizens and voters with prior felonies. A state Senate bill would prevent educators diagnosed with certain disorders from receiving teaching certificates. Senate Bill 351 utilizes outdated Americans with Disabilities Act language to exclude conditions like gender identity disorders. State Senator Gex Williams says the measure aims to prevent classroom confusion over pronouns. However, teacher unions oppose the legislation, calling it a harmful attempt to target transgender educators. Advocacy groups are pushing back against a proposed repeat domestic violence offender registry. House Bill 773 aims to protect survivors, but organizers like Zero V warn of unintended consequences. Advocates fear publicly naming offenders might jeopardize survivor privacy and discourage victims from seeking help out of fear for their own safety. And finally, first responders in Martin are demanding the resignation of Mayor Sam Howell. Police Chief Michael Cagle alleges the mayor used a recent fire department training trip for a drinking binge, returning a police cruiser damaged with a beer can inside. I'm Travis Laird.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
I remember growing up as a kid, no one liked going to town like I did. We always had to stop at Burke's Bakery, me and Dad. The smell of the bread and the home-baked pies put a big hunger in this little boy's eyes. Old-fashioned goodness and hospitality. Burke's Bakery.
Main Street across from Constitution Square, Danville.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy.
Mom Blakeman's has made the world's best cream pull candy, and we have been making potato candy. We ship all over the world and have it in many retail stores. You are welcome to stop by our shop in Lancaster to sample or purchase any of our 7 flavors of cream pull candy and potato candy. We have a variety of tubs and tins available. Visit our website at momblakeman'scandy.com or call 800-542-4607.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Ephraim McDowell Health has begun their 2026 Community Health Needs Assessment, a process that's conducted every 3 years to help Ephraim better understand the health needs and priorities of the communities it serves. As a part of this, you're invited to share your input through a brief community survey. That information will then allow Ephraim to identify key health concerns and opportunities to improve access to care and health resources across the region they serve. You can find out more information on the Ephraim McDowell Health Facebook page. Centenary Methodist Church's Little Cherub Sale is this weekend. The sale happens twice a year, with this weekend's being a spring and summer sale. Nearly 200 consigners will be selling items for kids from birth to their teenage years. Consigners keep 70% of what they sell, while the church donates 30% to local missions and programs. It starts on Friday at 8:30 in the morning and goes through 7 at night, and on Saturday, where many items are half price, from 8 until 2 at Centenary Methodist Church. The weather takes a much more stormy turn today, with strong storms possible as we progress through the rest of this day. It's also a bizarre day for temperatures, which will see our highs into the mid to upper 70s and our lows tonight into the mid 30s. What's expected to be around a 40-degree difference in the high and low. Thursday brings in much cooler weather as well, with highs into the upper 40s. A measure protecting children from social media platforms was up for discussion in the State House. Keith West has details.
Many countries around the globe have taken steps to ban their kids from the ills associated with social media. But here in the U.S., those measures have failed in the courts. House Bill 227 hopes to remedy that by not banning a certain age group, but by making the platforms police themselves. The bill will require those platforms to rely on age estimation, not age verification, something that online platforms already do for targeted advertising. And the measure prohibits accounts for children without parental consent. The sponsor of House Bill 227 is Representative Matt Lockett of Nicholasville.
So, Mr. Speaker, simply put, House Bill 227 protects our kids, it protects parental rights, it protects free speech, and it holds big tech companies liable in the event they don't follow the law.
Representative Lockett said that the state's attorney general would be authorized to enforce any violations. Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
House Bill 227 received the full support from the House and now heads to the Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Don't be a dirty driver. You can shine on and drive on with a clean vehicle from the original Thoroughbred Car Wash in Danville on Perryville Road. The original Thoroughbred Car Wash has 6 self-service bays and 8 vacuums and a touchless automatic wash that washes, waxes, and blow dries for the spotless wash that you'll be proud of. Find the original Thoroughbred Car Wash in Danville on Perryville Road, just down from Big Lots, open 7 days a week for your convenience.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, thank you there, Rayleigh. Brought to you by Southern Heating and Cooling. Come on, keeping your home cozy with Southern Heating and Cooling. As your comfort is always their priority. Veteran-owned, family-operated, local trusted. Go online, southernheatingcooling.com, or call 859-324-2770. Rain showers, thunderstorms are likely, possibly a thunderstorm in the afternoon, evening hours as well. It's just going to be a scattered, stormy day. 77 a high, 35 is a low. Mostly cloudy tomorrow, gradually clearing, a high of 50. Friday, partly sunny and 60. Saturday, sunny and 62. Okay, there you go. Right now, it's 7:38 in the morning. It is 70 degrees here in Danville. So happy to have you on the show. 859-238-9447, 238-WHIR. Tyler Miller joins us from the Lincoln County Extension Office. Good morning, Tyler. How art thou?
Hey, I'm good. Doing good this morning.
Good stuff. Tyler, you got your cup of coffee ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. Me too, Tyler. I'm already about a cup in.
Yeah, I start with one, I finish with one, and try to get it down before I head out the door. And sometimes I'll pack it with me, but usually Usually I'm just a one-cup guy.
Yeah. Hey, Tyler, I've been driving through Lincoln County on my way to Pulaski County last couple of nights doing the DCA boys basketball games in Boyle County as well. But DCA won the region championship last night, and I drive by the extension office and I honk and wave in your honor. Hey, there's Tyler Miller right over there. There's his office window. I don't even know if it's your office. I don't know where your office is in that building. I don't even know if it is your office window. But in my mind, it's Tyler, and your office window. Tyler Miller, there you are sitting on the computer working.
That's us. Yeah, it's always studious. We are.
Yeah, salute to the Lincoln County Extension Office. And Tyler's on here once a month or so, giving us a County Agent's Corner. Brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. Here they are.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's need. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Here's Tyler Miller.
You know where our office is located. Right there along US 150. Sometimes as I'm walking out to my vehicle or walking in or something, I'll get some random honks and waves. You know, if you're a fan of Extension or if you're a fan of the Joe Show at all, then you're passing by, just give us a friendly honk and a wave. We like those.
Yeah, I love it.
Today we're going to be talking about collards, and again, this is something you can plant in your garden in the month of March. In the springtime, you have one shot at planting collards, and that is only in the month of March. But if you miss that, you don't have your garden ready, then you can plant these collards again in July and August. So you have to wait a few months, but depending on variety, they do mature within 75 to 90 days. You get about 2 pounds of yield per plant, so pretty good here with the collards. The spacing, they need spaced out quite a bit, up to 12 inches, okay? And they only go in the ground 1/2 inch. So you plant these by seed, and when it's time to harvest, you only remove one, about a leaf per plant. So you just don't want to take too much from it. But the greens are usually ready for harvest, like I said. They're on that 75 to 90-day window. But there's a small amount of side dress fertilizer that you can put on after the first harvest to increase productivity. So your collards are expressing nutrients, and they do supply important vitamins. There's a few insects and diseases they can get, just like most plants that we start and grow. So if you like collards, go out there and get them planted and get them going. And that's your County Agent's Corner. God bless.
Tyler Miller. In this morning's County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. Tyler, quickly before you go, some random facts you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Here we go, Tyler. Fact number 1, the Guinness World Record holders, or the ones that are hopeful at least to hold the world record for the tallest and shortest person, must be measured 6 times in a 24-hour span. That's because humans tend to shrink a little bit throughout the day as a result of spinal compression. Mm-hmm. So they have to do it like 6 times throughout the day just to make sure they still qualify for the tallest and shortest man and woman Guinness World Records. 6 times.
That's cool.
Yeah. Number 2, Tyler, there's a disorder that makes people think that everyone they see is the same person, but that same person is wearing disguises. So they think like me and you are the same person, and I'm talking to myself right now, and I'm also Tyler Miller at the Lincoln County Extension Office.
Oh, wow.
And they think you're also Joe on the Joe Show, and that you're talking to me through the phone. It's called it's called the Fragoli delusion, and it's named after an Italian actor named Leopoldo Fragoli, who was renowned for his ability to make quick changes of appearance during his stage act. So he could quickly change into a different character. He was real good at that, and then they just named that disorder after him because that's kind of what the disorder is about, right? You think it's the same person in disguise.
Yeah.
Number 3, Tyler, ever been to the Lincoln Memorial in D.C.?
I have, yep.
You have? Did you know there's a typo on there?
No.
Kind of sounds familiar, maybe not.
Yeah.
Knew that, yeah. Well, the word future on the Lincoln Memorial is engraved as future. The F in future is an E. Now, officials believe the artist who did this, Ernest C. Bairstow, grabbed an E stencil instead of an F stencil. The bottom of the E was filled in, but you can still kind of see the error there. They did the best to make the E an F, but it's hard to do that when it's engraved in rock.
Exactly. Yeah, that's cool.
Number 4, if you sterilize a male lion, the lion will fully lose its mane because it no longer has testosterone to produce a mane. The mane will fall off, yeah.
Poor guy.
And then number 5, the South Pole only experiences one sunrise and one sunset for the entire year because of where they're located.
Man.
Yeah. Tyler Miller in this morning's County Agents Corner. Tyler, appreciate you being on.
Absolutely.
Yep. Talk to you tomorrow, Tyler. Bye.
Yeah.
That's Tyler Miller, Lincoln County Extension Office. Hey, it's a party in the USA Party on Shakertown Road as well at the Hometown Radio Network studios and across the street from us at Danville Christian Academy. We've got Sean Busick, DCA boys coach. He's coming on here next, right here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
So you want to be a recycling hero in Danville with curbside pickup or impress the fine folks at Boyle County Recycling Center? Pay attention, because it's a little more than just breathing air and tossing your stuff in the bin. Only plastics marked with numbers 1 and 2 make the cut. Got it? Great. And don't just toss in goo-covered spaghetti jars or soda cans. Rinse those bad boys. Gotta be squeaky clean, shiny happy, bone dry. Bonus tip, this also applies to your metal cans, whether they're steel, tin, or aluminum. Seriously, don't mix in that oil-stained tin foil hat. Got a hoarding problem with cardboard, catalogs, and magazines that rival a library? Set them free to reincarnate. Cereal boxes, office paper, they're all up for this new spiritual paper journey. And listen up, confetti enthusiasts, bag that shredded paper. Sorry, folks. Glass is not welcome to the recyclables party, but hey, give yourself a high five for recycling right.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
Dreaming of home ownership? The Welcome Home Grant Program through the Federal Home Loan Bank offers down payment and closing cost assistance to eligible homebuyers through the Federal Home Loan Bank. This is Ronald Howard, senior lender with Whitaker Bank. We're proud to help our neighbors take the first step toward a place to call home. Funding is limited and eligibility requirements apply. Stop by your local Whitaker Bank branch or call 1-800-650-6717 to learn more about the Welcome Home Grant. Whitaker Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS 786362.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, Little Riley Joe, appreciate that. Brought to you by our friends over at Morning Point in Danville, featuring the Lantern. 2 levels of memory care for early and latter stages of Alzheimer's and dementia. Get info on Facebook, Morning Point of Danville. Point has an E on the end of that word. Morning Point of Danville. Showers, thunderstorms are likely today. A breezy day. High of 77 and a low tonight 35. Cloudy skies through mid-morning tomorrow. Gradually clearing. High of 50. A low tomorrow night 36. On Friday, partly sunny and 60 is a high. Saturday, sunshine 62. Sunday, mostly cloudy, windy day and breezy. And a high of 73 there on Sunday. Right now it's 7:47 in the morning. We're at 69 degrees here at the Hometown Radio Network studios right across the street from the back-to-back 12th Region champion Danville Christian Academy Warriors. And we're joined right now via telephone by DCA boys basketball coach Sean Busick. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing well, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you being on here, Coach. First of all, here you are waking up. Back-to-back 12th Region champions. Tell us how the second time around feels, Coach, compared to the first time around when you all did it last year.
Well, it was all new a year ago, especially for me coming from Indiana. But, doing it again is, first of all, just winning it is so difficult to win the district or, get to that district final. It's not easy. And then once you get there, you got 8 teams you have to contend with for a region title. So to get there, is really an amazing accomplishment. And to get there back to back, I think it's beyond words of what I could say. The only thing that comes to mind, Joe, is we just want to give God thanks for sustaining us, getting us through some injuries and some bumps and bruises, and getting us through this tournament, and we believe it's to bring honor and glory to his name, and so we do praise him this morning.
Coach, the first 2 games of the region tournament, you beat East Jessamine by 27. You beat Rockcastle County by 21. 46-point margin, combined victory in both those games. The biggest back-to-back win in terms of margin and points for you all since the beginning part of the season. I think it was Bracken County, another team that you beat early in the season. So you all were winning games comfortably, but you felt like going into this game versus West Jessamine that this could be a tight one, a low-scoring game, and you got to give West Jessamine credit, like the way they play defense, keeping you all offensively underneath that 40-point mark. They played well. It's 14-12 going into the half. You all are up by just 2. What do you tell your team at the half after a first half offensively where both teams kind of saw a struggle getting the ball in the basket?
Yeah, first of all, you're exactly right. West did a great job. I really felt last night like Coach Adams had a really good game plan. And we kind of figured he would plan on a slow-paced game, because that was what favored them. And I've always said, and I've been a varsity coach for 33 years, it's always a lot easier to slow a team down than it is to speed them up. And I've seen that over and over and over in my career. And the teams that I least like to play are the teams that slow it down. I mean, it's just difficult to play against because every possession matters, every pass matters, everything matters. Whereas a fast-paced game, you could make some mistakes and get away with it. But at half last night, I felt like, we had some good looks. They just weren't going in, and we're kind of having a tough shooting night. But at the same time, I was pleased with our defensive intensity. We made some adjustments with our rebounding. I don't think we rebounded real well the first half.
Yeah.
So, making those adjustments, trying to get a little more movement, trying to get a little off-ball movement, was going to be a big key, because basically what they were doing is challenging some of our role players to hit shots that weren't used to hitting, shots, particularly, deep threes. And, give them credit. They did a great job. But, you alluded to it earlier with the margin of victory in the first 2 games. Our guys came out and executed tremendously well offensively. But last night, the offense wasn't as near as good. Again, West defense, but at the same time, I thought our defense was better than both those nights. I thought we played outstanding defense.
Yeah.
And, Gavin Murphy is going to be playing next year at Western Kentucky, and I thought Eli Perez last night was absolutely amazing defensively.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that was a big key to the ball game.
Yeah.
Defense.
You'd mentioned the rebounding, Coach. They actually were out-rebounding you at the half. You all won the rebounding battle overall after the game ended by our numbers 25-20. At the end of the third quarter, it's 20-18. West Jessamine is up. You all are 0 for 9 from three-point range. There had been a little bit of a struggle in the region tournament from the three-point shot. You all were a combined 3 of 23, your first 23 three-point attempts through the 12th region tournament. However, you saw the first one go down. Lake of 10 hits a 3, gives you all a 2-point lead momentarily. Gavin Murphy then hits one on the other side. West Jessamine leads by 1. Then Josiah Bradshaw for the second night in a row, Coach. Josiah Bradshaw hits a big 3, and then a 10 hits another one. Right, you missed your first 9, then you hit 3 in a row. How big was it to see that first one go in, and then to see Josiah Bradshaw step into that second 3 and nail that one for you?
Well, it's interesting. A lot of people don't, they'll watch our team and say, well, why is that big kid outside? Well, the big kid's outside because Ben Michaels is a great inside player, and our big kid is our best three-point shooter. And we very, very often record 100 three-pointers at practice, before or after practice. And our leader in percentage for the year is Lake of 10, who shoots well over 75 out of 100 normally. He's usually around that 70 to 75 out of 100 mark when he shoots his 100. And he's followed closely by Josiah Bradshaw. So when Lake hit the first shot, I think I felt more of a sense of peace at that point.
Yeah.
But then I really feel, Joe, that Josiah's 3 was the biggest of the game. We had just, like you said, Gavin had hit the 3. We were down now, and Josiah comes back and just absolutely shoots that ball with confidence. And you can tell when it left his hand it was going in. And I just really felt like we mentioned that after the game, what a big shot that was. And we called him Big Shot Bob after that. But he is a kid who, you know, has been steady all year, doesn't get a lot of credit, but Josiah has been an outstanding performer last night. And what was really cool was last night was his father's birthday, so that was
Awesome.
quite a birthday gift for his dad.
Yeah, awesome. You mentioned Eli Perez. What a phenomenal on-ball defender Eli is. What about the finish he had? I mean, it was a good, clean, hard foul Gavin Murphy had on him, trying to break the play up. And I don't know how Eli muscled the ball up and still got it in. A 3-point play in the fourth quarter. So you hit three-pointers in the fourth, but if you count Eli's 3-point play, you had 4 of them. How big was Eli Perez's play?
Boy, it was really funny because it looked like after he got hit, the ball had maybe 9 feet 11 and 9/10 of an inch in the air, and somehow it hit the bottom of the rim and rolled in.
Yeah.
So again, I just really pleased when that happened, and you know, one of the things too I have to give our boys credit for is I implemented a new weight program this fall, and although we don't have a Seneca Driver looking guy on the team, we have a lot of kids who are getting a lot stronger, and amongst that group who really had big gains was Eli Perez. So I'd like to attribute that to some of that weight room work he did.
Yeah, hey, Cole Danisman had a really big 12th region tournament for you as well. Had 13 in back-to-back games. Tell us about how much Cole Danisman means to this team.
Oh, my goodness. It goes way beyond basketball with Cole. Joe Cole is among the greatest kids I've ever met, and I think he really typifies what a student athlete, and in particular what a DCA student athlete is all about. We'll be in the locker room before a game, and Cole's reading his Bible. He really is. And he's just such a great young man of God, and he reminds me a lot of the biblical character David. He's just a man after God's own heart. He is our leader. Most of the time by example, but on the court, he's our speaking captain. He's always calm. He's always cool and collective, and he's always encouraging to his teammates. Obviously, on the court, he's got a nice skill set. He can, hit jump shots. He can score inside. He's a heck of a rebounder, and he's a very, very solid defender. But again, I think his contributions are just so well-rounded. And on top of all that, he carries a GPA of well over 4.0. So just an amazing young man, made the all-region academic team and made the all-region tournament team for the second year in a row.
Coach, Graham Domitian nearly had a triple-double 2 games ago. There are a lot of great point guards in the 12th region. Graham Domitian is among those. What a phenomenal player for you. Makes the offense go. I think he's got more than one set of eyes. He's got eyes in the back of his head. He's like a flounder. He's got eyes in the side of his head. I don't know. He always finds Ben Michaels. All the time Michaels is open when Graham Domitian has the basketball. What a passer you got in Graham Domitian.
I'll tell you what, Joe. I sometimes can't believe it. I was talking to somebody about him, and they thought he was a senior from watching us play. And if you watch him play, he plays like a senior. And so I said, no, he's a sophomore. And they said, are you serious? I said, yeah, he's a sophomore. And that just really bodes well for our future as well. Graham is a basketball junkie. I mean, he lives in the gym. He loves the game probably as much, if not more than anybody on our team. And he just wants to get better all the time. And he's such a good-spirited young man, too, just fun to be around. He's got a contagious laughter. He's just such a great, great young man. And, Joe, he's gonna be a college basketball player someday. I'm just going to go ahead and make that prediction because he's got good positional size. He's about 6'3". He's already 175, 180 pounds as a sophomore. He's only going to get bigger and stronger. And he's going to continue to work on his athleticism. He's going to continue to work on his shooting, his ball handling, his passing, his defense. He's had a tremendous year, and he probably, literally, of all the kids on the team, had the toughest job this year because he had to come in and replace Titus Boyd, who, to me, if you built a player that was a DCA player, it would look just like Titus Boyd. And I really believe Graham has really surpassed my expectations of what he could do as a sophomore this year. I knew he was very good, but boy, has he been outstanding. I've just been really pleased, and hopefully we'll get a little more respect here in a few years, and he'll be up for region player of the year. I think we've had it the last 2 years, but Nobody's agreed with me on that. They've given it to other people. But I think this year it was clearly Lake of 10, and last year I think it was clearly Titus Boyd, and hopefully in 2 years it'll be Graham Domitian.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Lake in just a second. With 3.4 seconds to go, though, Coach, you got the basketball. You're up 36-33. And of all the DCA players, I feel like the one that's having the biggest blast, just having a ball out there, is Ben Michaels. Coming out, he was obviously homeschooled, comes in his final year, playing DCA basketball, and just having a blast in such an important part of you all's team. He goes in, Coach, 16 points, 8 rebounds a night like it's easy, every single night. The ball is in his hands. All he has to do is make one free throw to send you to the Sweet 16, because you're up 4 at that point if he makes one. Is there anyone else on the team, like that, would you rather have in this situation than a guy that's as cool, calm, and collected as Ben Michaels at the free throw line for a chance to send you to the Sweet 16?
It's very ironic you asked that question, because we talked in the huddle, because they had called a timeout. We talked in the huddle that we wanted the ball either in his hands or Lake's hands.
Right.
Very few teams in the state of Kentucky on a free throw situation are getting it to their 4-man and their 5-man. But those are the two guys that are our best free throw shooters. And, boy, you hit the nail on the head with Ben Michaels. Ben Michaels is one of the most joyful young men I've ever met. That young man carries a smile on his face, probably to bed and when he sleeps. He's probably still smiling, and he's just so thrilled. He's just so happy to be a part of DCA. Last year he came to about all of our games, and he had 1 year of school left, and he just wanted to go to school for a year, and I just so thankful that he did. And he what a seamless, getting into our team, how seamless it's been for him, just connecting with our guys. It's like he's played here his whole life. He's just such a great guy, and I think, when you try to blend with a new team, a lot of it has to do with your demeanor and your attitude, and his demeanor and attitude are amazing. He is a wonderful young man, and just such a godly young man as well. We're just so pleased with Ben and the year he's had.
You mentioned Lake of 10. We had him at 16 points, 8 rebounds last night. I agree with you. He's the best player in the 12th region. No one is as big of a game changer, as dynamic as Lake of 10 on the offensive side and on the defensive side as well. Coach, tell us about Lake of 10, what it's like to coach a player that is as talented as Lake of 10 is, inside, outside, defensively. He can do it all.
Well, you got that right. And I'll be honest with you. I'm a big fan of Nikola Jokic. I love the Denver Nuggets, and I love the way Nikola Jokic plays. Lake has that aspect of the game. He has a great feel for it. The only difference is Lake's the best defender I've ever coached, because he can guard literally multiple positions. You could put him on a perimeter player, and he can keep in front. Plus his timing. Only Big Lou is the only other player I've seen with this kind of timing. But his timing and his anchoring our defense has been outstanding. I think I'd even go a step further. I'm not sure if there's a player in the entire state of Kentucky that impacts the game on both sides of the ball, or on both ends, as much as Lake of 10. And as a result of that, I think you'll see him playing against the Indiana All-Star team here in a few months in the Kentucky-Indiana All-Star game.
Yeah, one last player I want to highlight and ask you about, Coach, the intensity that Dre Motley plays with. He loves playing basketball as well, and it is, when he's on the floor, it is 110% from Dre Motley every time he steps on the floor.
Well, Dre Motley's a kid I would never have to say play hard. Dre doesn't know any other way. It's even hard at practice when we're trying to just walk through and kind of jog through something. Dre doesn't understand that speed. Dre's got one speed, and that's all out, and we love Dre for it. And Dre is a passionate teammate. He loves his teammates. He loves his coaches. He just loves being a DCA Warrior. And I think his joy as well on the court is really evident, and his toughness. That big charge he took last night. He's taken several this year. But, what a great guy to have off the bench with energy and with the right attitude. It takes a special guy to come off the bench, especially as a senior. But Dre Motley, there's none better. He just loves and embraces that role.
Coach, real quickly, Great Crossing is your next opponent. What do you know about Great Crossing, the 3-time defending 11th Region champion? You'll play them a week from tonight at 8:30 in the evening. What's your first thoughts on Great Crossing?
Well, I just started receiving some film last night. When I got home, I sent out some huddle requests, so I'm starting to get some film on them. I know they're younger this year, and I know they lost two really good players, including one that starts at UK and Marino, and I've known that Marino family for many years. I actually coached against his older brother when I was in Indiana when we played, and his older brother played at Scott County. My Zionsville Eagles team played Scott County in a Indiana-Kentucky crossover regular season game, and coached against the older Marino. So very familiar with the Marinos, and I what a great Mr. Basketball and what a great UK player he's been. So I know they lost him, and they lost another young man who's playing Division I, but they've got a nice young ball club. It looks like they've got some good scorers or a good high-scoring team, and it's going to be a real challenge. You come out of that region, you're no joke. You are the real deal. Madison Central and Lexington Catholic and Frederick Douglass. I mean, that's the murderer's row of high school regions. So it's going to be a really, really difficult battle for us, but we just praise God we have that opportunity to play them.
DCA boys basketball coach Sean Busick. Coach, we appreciate you being on. Congratulations on your second consecutive 12th Region Championship last night over West Jessamine, and we'll see you next Wednesday at Rupp-Arena, okay?
Appreciate you, Joe. Thank you.
Coach. Yes, sir. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's DCA boys basketball coach Sean Busick. The Warriors are 52-11 in the 2 years under Coach Sean Busick. They're 35-2 in 12th Region games under Coach Sean Busick after last night's win over West Jessamine. They've got Great Crossing next Wednesday at 8:30 in the evening. A game we'll have on Z105. It's 8:05 in the morning. We will talk with State Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe coming up next.
Hometown Radio's Big Deals offer is out of this world. It's Cosmic Bowling. Experience bowling with an outer space-like atmosphere. Black lights, strobe lights, and pattern lights accent the hit music that beats over the speakers. The lights and music effects make it an out-of-the-world experience. It's all at Galaxy Bowling and Entertainment Center in Richmond. Go have a lot of family fun with our Big Deals Pizza, Pins, and Pepsi Party. The party includes 2 hours of bowling shoes for up to 6 people, a large pizza, and a pitcher of soda. The retail value is $85. At Big Deals online store, get the pizza, pins, and Pepsi Party for just $49. Yes, $49. What a deal. It's a big deal out of this world. Shop and save at Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net, hometownlive.net.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
Big deals at hometownlive.net.
It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. You had the Danville Lee's famous recipe for the Wednesday special. You get 3 pieces of our famous golden fried chicken, hand-breaded tenders, or fish and chicken combo served with your choice of 2 sides and a warm, hot, home-style buttermilk biscuit, a delicious midweek tradition. 2-piece strip meals are just $4.99. 8-piece boxes are $12, or get a 4-piece wing deal for $4.99. Skip cooking tonight and head to Danville Lee's famous recipe on South Fort. Lee's famous recipe, real home-style flavor made fresh every day.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Ephraim McDowell Health has begun their 2026 Community Health Needs Assessment, a process that's conducted every 3 years to help Ephraim better understand the health needs and priorities of the communities it serves. As a part of this, you're invited to share your input through a brief community survey. That information will then allow Ephraim to identify key health concerns and opportunities to improve access to care and health resources across the region they serve. You can find out more information on the Ephraim McDowell Health Facebook page. Centenary Methodist Church's Little Cherub Sale is this weekend. The sale happens twice a year, with this weekend's being a spring and summer sale. Nearly 200 consigners will be selling items for kids from birth through their teenage years. Consigners keep 70% of what they sell, while the church donates 30% to local missions and programs. It starts on Friday at 8:30 in the morning and goes through 7 at night, and on Saturday, where many items are half price, from 8 until 2 at Centenary Methodist Church. The weather takes a much more stormy turn today, with strong storms possible as we progress through the rest of this day. It's also a bizarre day for temperatures, which will see our highs into the mid to upper 70s and our lows tonight into the mid 30s. What's expected to be around a 40-degree difference in the high and low. Thursday brings in much cooler weather as well, with highs into the upper 40s. A measure protecting children from social media platforms was up for discussion in the State House. Keith West has details.
Many countries around the globe have taken steps to ban their kids from the ills associated with social media. But here in the U.S., those measures have failed in the courts. House Bill 227 hopes to remedy that by not banning a certain age group, but by making the platforms police themselves. The bill will require those platforms to rely on age estimation, not age verification, something that online platforms already do for targeted advertising. And the measure prohibits accounts for children without parental consent. The sponsor of House Bill 227 is Representative Matt Lockett of Nicholasville.
So, Mr. Speaker, simply put, House Bill 227 protects our kids, it protects parental rights, it protects free speech, and it holds big tech companies liable in the event they don't follow the law.
Representative Lockett said that the state's attorney general would be authorized to enforce any violations. Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
House Bill 227 received the full support from the House and now heads to the Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
I didn't always understand harm reduction, but then I saw the impact. People are alive today because someone had Narcan. Families didn't have to bury their loved ones. That's what harm reduction is really about, saving lives and keeping our community safer. At Bull County Health Department Harm Reduction, we provide free Narcan, overdose education, fentanyl and xylazine test strips, syringe exchange, and HIV and Hep C testing. Because when we offer people tools to stay safe, we give them a chance to seek help when they are ready. A healthier, safer community starts with all of us. Call 859-319-7468. Together, we can save lives.
Positive Pay from Farmers National Bank is a powerful tool that may assist your business in preventing check fraud. Visit our website or call us at 859-236-2926 for more information. Farmers National Bank, member FDIC.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Well, Little Riley Joe, appreciate that. Brought to you by our friends. They're hanging out over here at Good Neighbor Pharmacy in Danville, featuring convenience stay in your car drive-through, complete diabetes shop, Monday through Friday 9 to 7, Saturdays 9 to 5. Good Neighbor Pharmacy in Danville behind Cracker Barrel. Showers and thunderstorms are likely, a high of 77, a low tonight of 35. Whoa, 42-degree difference in the high and low. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, but the temperature stay a little bit cooler, 50s the high. On Friday, sunny and 60s the high. It's 8:11 in the morning right now. It's 70 degrees. And our state senator, Amanda Mays Bledsoe, joins the show. Good morning, Senator Bledsoe. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good morning.
Yeah, appreciate you being on here, Senator Bledsoe. First of all, what about those DCA Warriors last night, Senator Bledsoe? Winning
what a win.
The 12th Region Championship, second consecutive year, Senator Bledsoe. They've done that.
It's amazing. I'm super excited for them.
Yeah, now you don't represent any part of Jessamine County, right?
I do not.
Well, good. So you can say go Warriors then in that win over West
That's
Jessamine.
Right.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
That's right.
Wasn't offended any of your constituents here. No, go Warriors. Way to go to DCA and their win over West Jessamine. Senator Bledsoe, let's talk about what's going on there on the Senate floor. What have you all been up to since we last talked last Wednesday?
Goodness, it is moving. We have done quite a lot of work. Most of the Senate bill priorities are now over to the House. I'll mention a couple of ones that I thought were interesting. We passed Senate Bill, 262. We've had a lot of constitutional amendments the last couple of years, and I know people have said, gosh, they're so long when they're on the ballot now. It gets very confusing for people to, what are you really asking me in this constitutional amendment? And this changed after Marcy's law several years ago, and President Stivers says his bill, and this would put it back to the ballot question that would provide a clear summary of the amendment rather than a full text. And he made a pretty passionate speech about it and was basically arguing the Supreme Court of Kentucky, the legislative body, these were set up by ballot question, not with the full text. And so that's interesting. We'll see if the House moves on that one, but that would pass off the Senate floor.
Yeah. So that would, again, just give a summary of constitutional amendments on the ballot. And let me just use
Correct.
this as an example. I scroll Facebook, and there are some times where people's Facebook posts are way too long. And I'm like, well, that would be interesting. I wish I could read that, but I don't have 17 minutes to read the epistle of Thomas here or whatever on Facebook. Like, I can't spend all this time. If there was a summary of it, maybe I could read the summary, but I can't read this entire thing. So this would, in effect, just put a very good summary of what you're voting on so that you understand it, but you don't have to read, again, the epistle of the state Senate while you're voting on this constitutional amendment.
That's correct. And, it's interesting, my daughter, she uses all the little acronyms on text or whatnot, and I sent her something, and she wrote back, NTW, too many words. That's all she said.
Is that the new acronym? I didn't know that was an acronym.
Yeah,
okay.
Too many words. And I was like, okay. So I called her and said, let me tell you what I need you to do. And it was just funny because the attention span, to your point, is so long. And I think especially on constitutional amendments where it's something important, but the details are pretty extensive.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a real interesting debate. It got pretty technical, and President Stivers is a far more constitutional lawyer than I will ever be. And so he made some really good points. So I thought, that's it. That would help, I think, people know what they were doing.
Yeah.
They feel more comfortable. And you can always find the real one with the AG's office, which was how it had been done in Kentucky for, our entire existence up until Marcy's Law.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I've seen TLDR, too long, didn't read, but now TMW, too many words. Let me ask you this, Senator Bledsoe. Who would be the one? So I assume that there are going to be people who are like, yeah, but what if they're trying to pull one over on us when I go to the ballot and they don't have the full summary and I vote for it or against it and I didn't realize that there was this hidden clause in there? So who would be the one that would be responsible for making sure that all the details are correctly summarized on the item that we're voting on, that everything is in there, not the full text, but everything is in there that we know we're voting on?
The Attorney General.
Okay. So that'd fall on
So
would be Russell Coleman's office right now.
It would be his office, and that you would be able to see the summaries as well as all the full text. And, I would think if anybody has a pretty good idea of making sure the details were present, it'd be the Attorney General of the state. So that's where that will have, and that was actually a conversation we had. Well, where would you know to go to find the truth? Not an AI summary or a Facebook summary, but where would it be? And the AG's office would handle that.
Okay. Good stuff. What else, Senator Bledsoe?
Here's another interesting one. We've talked a little bit about healthcare and how difficult it is, I think, sometimes when we are made, put with choices to decide the technical elements of whether the physician's assistant or the physical therapist or the doctor all have different rights and what their scope of practice is. And it can get rather technical, and those usually come through L&O. But we did pass a bill this week that would allow the physician's assistants to have a little bit more governing ability. The word here is collaboration with physician-led care teams. So if you're a physician assistant, my words are tight this morning, a physician assistant, previously you've had to work under the care of a doctor and or the direct one. This has been something that they have been working on since I've been in Frankfurt. So at least 4 sessions they've talked about how to update the physical physician assistant so that they have a bigger scope of practice that other states around us have, and it moves to a more collaboration-led model instead of a direct model. That finally got all the people to the table and passed off the Senate floor yesterday. So that was Senate Bill 116, and I know if you're a physician assistant, that was a big win.
Awesome. Good stuff. Anything else?
Just mentioned a little bit, we are going through the priority bills from the House. I know the Moab, there's a lot of conversation about Medicaid, and we have set up the Medicaid Advisory Oversight Board in a similar statute to the Pension Oversight Board, as well as the Juvenile Justice Board. And why those are set up is because we often pass legislation that has an impact in those big areas, but we don't always know all the nuances around it. And so one of the things that we started doing several years ago, and so Moab, the Medicaid Oversight, is the newest governing board. It's not an official one, right? They take votes, they listen to testimony. It's got House and Senate members on it. But they kind of vet legislation that's going to have a big impact in that Medicaid space to make sure that everyone's aware of all the nuances or unintended consequences. And so they met Monday, still going through House Bill 2, which is the major Medicaid bill. And we are, as always, we also passed, I should mention, child care. House Bill 6 from Samara Havin passed out of Families and Children yesterday. That was a massive child care bill. Tom Poland was in my office just yesterday talking to me about some of those child care issues. And this is a cleanup bill to really help align some better opportunities for the child care assistance program as well as the employee-based system. Those needed some cleanup. That's a pretty big deal. That passed out of Families and Children in the Senate. Should go to the Senate floor here soon. So lots of good stuff moving. And the budget is still, I would just mention, if you saw yesterday, the House moved their one-time spending bill off the House floor, and I've seen lots of comments. Well, we don't know what's in it. They're very broad. Well, that was the intent. The intent was to move a bill that was broad. We'll probably do the same in the Senate, and then we'll negotiate a final bill in those parameters, which the House bill did. But this is where all those projects and one-time special initiatives will show up, but they're not going to show up until the end. So still a very fluid process.
There you go. Senator Bledsoe, do you want to ask you about this? Last week at some point, Governor Beshear did an interview, and I'll summarize it in my words. The state legislature's not really doing a whole lot. They've only sent me 2 bills, and they need to be working a little bit harder instead of bringing me down, unquote. That's the Joe summarization there. So House
That's
Bill...
pretty accurate.
House Bill 314... It's one of the ones that was passed by the House and the Senate. Governor Beshear said, okay, here's a bill that they did send to my desk. Let me veto this thing real quick. You all did override that veto. Tell us about that, Governor Beshear, which would take the Kentucky Communications Network Authority, or Kentucky WHIR, the authority for that, from the governor's office. And that House Bill 314, give us details on that and why you overrode that veto from Governor Beshear.
The Kentucky Wired Network is a cluster. I don't have an appropriate word to describe what has happened under, and it's not just, and I will give it, it's not just this current governor.
Right.
It goes back a while. And so in this effort, I think there was finally like, you're not making progress. We're not seeing anything. You know, everyone gets in their positions oftentimes, and they dig in, and then nothing moves. And that is essentially what has happened in layman's terms. And so basically said, we're going to redo the whole board and put different people in the seats and see if we can make some progress, because it has been a bad stalemate and just gone deeper, and it's just been belligerent and difficult, and that's a waste of the taxpayer dollar. It's a waste of the employees that are trying to work on this project. And and the governor took it personal, and that's fine. I'm not sure he has a good solution here, but clearly he hasn't gotten there yet. And so this was an attempt, and will be an attempt, to change the dynamic and put some different people around the table and see if we can move it. And, it's interesting. There are lots of things, someone said, we don't pass certain legislation, we'll live another day. Not everything needs to, some of these things are issues that one chamber passes just to raise the point, raise the issue, and may not actually make it up the finish line. But we're just now hearing the other chambers' bills. So you won't see a lot of things go to the governor probably until at the end of next week. You'll start to see quite a few pass both chambers.
Hey, what's the deadline for you all to get it to the governor for him to veto, so that you all can still override the veto if you choose?
Sure, we are getting close to that date. So it is April 1st. Okay. It's Wednesday. That is our last day before veto on April 2nd, and then we'll come back on the 14th and 15th of April and close out the session.
State Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe. Senator Bledsoe, people have any questions for you about what's going on there in the state Senate? How can they get in touch with you?
Send me an email right now. You're welcome to call the office. I will say, I had someone call yesterday and very upset they couldn't get in to see me today, and my legislative aide said she's been booked tomorrow for a month. And so it's hard. It really is hard to stop by the Capitol at this point in session, but certainly willing to take a phone call or an email, amanda.maysbledsoe@kylegislature.gov.
Senator Bledsoe, appreciate you being on and talking with your constituents here in the show every Wednesday morning at 8:10. Safe travels to Frankfurt today. We'll talk to you again next week, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks, Joe.
Yes, ma'am. You too. Bye. That's State Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe with us every Wednesday morning, 8:10 here on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. 8:22 in the morning. The Big Daddy, Steve Bertram's got sports coming your way next.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. In the boys' 12th Region Championship last night at Pulaski County, Danville Christian Academy overcame slowdown tactics to defeat West Jessamine 37-33. It was 14-12 at the half. It's the Warriors' second 12th Region Championship in a row. DCA will face defending state champion Great Crossing in Rupp Arena 1 week from tonight in the boys' Sweet 16. Also advancing last night were Lyon County in the second, Grayson County in the third, Warren Central in the fourth, Taylor County in the fifth, Butler in the sixth, North Oldham in the eighth, Covington Catholic in the ninth, Clark County in the 10th, and Boyd County in the 16th. Kentucky begins its postseason journey this afternoon in Nashville when they face LSU in the men's SEC tournament. In their only meeting this year back in mid-January, the Cats escaped with a last-second win on the road, 75-74. UK is a slight favorite to win today. Cam Williams is listed as probable, giving the Cats a little more depth. Our pregame shows began at 11 o'clock this morning. Tip-off is set for 12:30 for Kentucky versus LSU on your home for the Wildcats, Z105. The rest of today's schedule finds Mississippi State playing Auburn at 3, while tonight's lineup begins with Ole Miss facing Texas, followed by South Carolina and Oklahoma. If Kentucky wins today, they'll play Missouri tomorrow at 12:30 on Z105. The UK Healthcare Girls Sweet 16 is underway today in Rupp Arena. At 11 o'clock, Henderson County faces Frederick Douglass. Then at 1:30, it'll be Callaway County and Assumption. This evening at 6, Pikeville plays Notre Dame, followed by 12th Region champion West Jessamine taking on Taylor County. And that's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Hi, Don here, your small business marketing expert. Are you running a business and want to generate more store traffic or build a bigger client base? Did you know that radio is the call to action medium? Radio allows you to target consumers you want to reach for the right price. Also, radio is everywhere. Radio is the only media to reach people at home cooking dinner, at work, and at play. You might say we get around. And most important, reaches customers in car when they're driving to stores, restaurants, and shopping. Also, radio is less expensive than any other major media, allowing advertisers to afford maximum reach and frequency. In other words, you can run multiple ads with increased repetition, getting better results for less money. So, are you ready to find out more? Call us today.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
Hello, this is James David Sperlin. The Sperlin family is proud to be the owner of Preston Pruitt Sperlin Funeral Home in Danville. Our pledge to you is to offer the same compassionate, caring service that Preston Pruitt established in 1880.
The Sperlin family has many years' experience taking care of families like yours with the finest and most affordable services available. They're located on South 4th Street in Danville. Call 859-236-4343, 236-4343.
Preston Pruitt Sperlin Funeral Home. Our family serving your family.
Sundays just got tastier at Shaker Village. Gather family and friends for a Sunday buffet at the Trustees Table, where homestyle comfort meets fresh flavor. Fill your plate with 2 Chef's Choice entrees, savory sides, a garden fresh salad, and homemade bakery breads. Adults dine for just $24.95. Kids 3 to 12, $12.95, and children under 3 dine for free. Lunch from 11:30 to 3. Dinner from 5 to 8. Make a reservation at shakervillageky.org or call 859-734-5411.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
Thank you, Little Riley Jumpfuss coming your way, courtesy of our friends hanging out over at the Little Sign Shop. Need a sign, a banner, or decal fast? Of course you do. The owners and operators have always got you covered. Full-color digital printing, magnetic signs, auto signage, and logo design. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them 859-238. 73-91. Showers, possibly a thunderstorm, a high of 77. Low tonight of 35. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy through mid-morning, gradually clearing. A high of 50. A low tomorrow night, 36. Friday, partly sunny, and a high of 60. Right now, it's 8:28 in the morning. It's 70 degrees right here in Danville. So happy to have you on the show on this Wednesday morning, the 11th day of the month of March. 859-238-9447. Phone number to call in. Hey, this afternoon, UK basketball taking on LSU. First round of the SEC tournament. We'll have that 12:30 tip-off. 11 o'clock pregame on Z105 WRNZ-FM. Let's see what's gone on this date in history that's made this date a date to remember. Starting off on this date, 1961, where Barbie got her eternal boyfriend when Mattel introduced the Ken doll.
Mattel brings you Ken, Barbie's boyfriend, with a complete wardrobe of perfectly tailored clothes of unmatched quality. Now Ken and Barbie meet for lunch at school, go to fraternity parties, and just relax together.
Yeah, now they broke up in 2004. Broke up, quote unquote. But Ken won her back in 2011. And who could blame her? The campaign to win her back included billboard messages, including Barbie, we may be plastic, but our love is real. That was the first commercial you just heard for the Ken doll, released on this date, 1961. On this date, 2014, Russia officially annexed the Crimean region of Ukraine. Here's a clip of a reporter talking about Russian forces trying to force the Ukrainian forces out of Crimea.
The pressure from Russia is growing. Large groups of pro-Russia troops surrounding Ukrainian bases, ordering their forces off of them so they can occupy them. The international warning to Russia to end its invasion is being ignored.
And that's what's gone on this date in history that's made this date a date to remember. It is 8:30 in the morning. Our bottom hour news is coming your way next with the Kentucky News Network. At 8:40 this morning, we're going to have Grub Gab, the world of food, this date in rock and roll pop, and R&B music history at 8:50 this morning. Kerry Koo, Humane Society at 9:10.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
The Kentucky House Appropriations and Revenue Committee has passed 7 pieces of legislation Tuesday, including House Bill 900, a one-page plan for $801 million. The bill directs the money to one-time spending, but never exactly says what it's for. The bill does list several categories for it, including water and sewer project pools, economic development investments, and smaller one-time local infrastructure projects. Both the State House and Senate need to pass their bills by April 1st, ensuring enough time to cancel any potential vetoes from Governor Andy Beshear. He recently struck down House Bill 314 Friday for the session's first veto. A man faces terroristic threatening charges for his remarks at Campground Pentecostal Church. James Bell allegedly walked into the London church saying, "I am here to kill, and I will kill the children." That forced an evacuation of the children from the main sanctuary. Once Laurel County deputies arrived, they found the group surrounding Bell in the parking lot. The pastor told the responders he heard him ask for help, saying he was possessed by a demon. Deputies also reportedly smelled alcohol on Bell. Meantime, Louisville has a new tool in their emergency response kit.
The $2 million Mobile Energy Operations Center has state-of-the-art technology, including a weather station. Systems engineer Cody Ashbaugh helped design the truck.
So on board we've got Starlink internet, we've got multiple cellular providers, we've got camera systems that can stream back into our EOC. We've got thermal imaging on board. We're able to bring in our live drone feeds.
The Mobile Command Center will be used to respond to incidents like floods, chemical spills, and plane crashes. It'll also be used at special events like the Kentucky Derby. The truck is designated EM-50, a throwback to the urban assault vehicle in the 1981 film Stripes. I'm Jack Crumley.
And I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Wow, Tricky's Car Wash is ready to make your vehicle look its very best. Tricky's Car Wash behind Smart Lube off South 4th Street. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, and on Saturdays by appointment. Pickup and delivery service is available. 583-0560. Wash only $15. Wash and interior $25. Wash plus wax plus interior $50. And full detail, talk with Tricky. Tricky's Car Wash, 430 Bay Street, 583-0560. Right behind Smart Lube off South 4th. Tricky's Car Wash.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday, from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Ephraim McDowell Health has begun their 2026 Community Health Needs Assessment, a process that's conducted every 3 years to help Ephraim better understand the health needs and priorities of the communities it serves. As a part of this, you're invited to share your input through a brief community survey. That information will then allow Ephraim to identify key health concerns and opportunities to improve access to care and health resources across the region they serve. You can find out more information on the Ephraim McDowell Health Facebook page. Centenary Methodist Church's Little Cherub Sale is this weekend. The sale happens twice a year, with this weekend's being a spring and summer sale. Nearly 200 consigners will be selling items for kids from birth through their teenage years. Consigners keep 70% of what they sell, while the church donates 30% to local missions and programs. It starts on Friday at 8:30 in the morning and goes through 7 at night, and on Saturday, where many items are half price, from 8 until 2 at Centenary Methodist Church. The weather takes a much more stormy turn today, with strong storms possible as we progress through the rest of this day. It's also a bizarre day for temperatures, which will see our highs into the mid to upper 70s and our lows tonight into the mid 30s. What's expected to be around a 40-degree difference in the high and low. Thursday brings in much cooler weather as well, with highs into the upper 40s. A measure protecting children from social media platforms was up for discussion in the State House. Keith West has details.
Many countries around the globe have taken steps to ban their kids from the ills associated with social media. But here in the U.S., those measures have failed in the courts. House Bill 227 hopes to remedy that by not banning a certain age group, but by making the platforms police themselves. The bill will require those platforms to rely on age estimation, not age verification, something that online platforms already do for targeted advertising. And the measure prohibits accounts for children without parental consent. The sponsor of House Bill 227 is Representative Matt Lockett of Nicholasville.
So, Mr. Speaker, simply put, House Bill 227 protects our kids, it protects parental rights, it protects free speech, and it holds big tech companies liable in the event they don't follow the law.
Representative Lockett said that the state's attorney general would be authorized to enforce any violations. Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
House Bill 227 received the full support from the House and now heads to the Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
Farmers National Bank invites you to flash your school spirit by offering you debit cards created especially for your school, including Boyle County High School, Bergen Independent School, Casey County High School, Center College, Danville High School, Danville Christian Academy, Garrett County High School, Kentucky School for the Deaf, Lincoln County High School, and Mercer County High School. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Certain restrictions may apply. See your Farmers National Bank representative for complete details. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
On the basketball court, you have to know where the lines are. It's just as important to know where the lines are in your own yard. Kentucky law generally requires you to have underground utility lines located before most excavation work, even if it's on your own property. If you don't call 811 and you damage a natural gas line, the Kentucky Public Service Commission will investigate you, and you may be fined up to $1,250. Much better to stay within the bounds of the law and call before you dig to start putting in that backboard or goalpost. For more information, visit psc.ky.gov. This message brought to you by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
All right there, little Rayleigh Joe. Appreciate that. Brought to you by our friends over at Dexter and WHIR Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you. Call Mark or Chris for a free quote. 859-236-6686. All right, we get cloudy skies, rain showers, high of 77, low tonight of 35. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy through mid-morning, gradually clearing, high of 50, low of 36. Friday, partly sunny and 60 is the high. It's 8:38 in the morning. It's 70 degrees right here in Danville. Wednesday, the 11th day of the month of March, and Pimmy is coming on here with Wedding Planning with Pim. Take it away, Pimmy.
Hi, I'm Pim the Stewart Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. Chances are the biggest chunk of your wedding budget will go toward feeding your guests. Their memories of the food you serve will be second only to how beautiful you look. Gone are the days of rubber chicken and mystery meat entrees. An exquisite array of culinary masterpieces await the discerning couple and their guests. So your mission will be to select a wedding menu that reflects your personal taste and style, satisfies the taste buds of your guests, and doesn't send you into debt. The time of day in which meal you serve will impact your budget, the cost escalating with the lateness of the hour. A light brunch will be less expensive than a luncheon, which is less costly than a sit-down dinner. A breakfast makes for a fresh, festive reception following a morning wedding at 9 or 10 a.m. Fresh juices, fruits, quiches, omelets, Belgian waffles, crepes, and flaky croissants. Hot coffees and teas are a must, while serving alcoholic beverages is an option. But if it suits, serve champagne, wine, screwdrivers, or Bloody Marys. Pastries or wedding cakes should also be served. A brunch could be served anytime from 11 till 2. Food is similar to breakfast, but may include soups and salads. My love note for today: to truly love means instead of thinking in terms of me, you choose to think in terms of we.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier-to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/appliance delivery for more details.
I'm U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. We all get distracted when we drive, whether it's from our phones or kids in the backseat bickering. But how we handle these distractions can be a matter of life or death. Before you get on the road for your next road trip, please put your phones on silent and take a mental note to focus on driving.
Paid for by NHTSA.
Hi folks, Tony Wilder here, chairman of our America's 250 birthday celebration. Our next free event is the film presentation of The Shot Heard Round the World at the Boyle County Performing Arts Center on Tuesday, March 17th at 7 p.m. The film is produced and directed by eminent historian and Center College grad Kent Masterson Brown, and it depicts the epic battles of Lexington Concord, where our brave Minutemen fought the British and shed the first American blood of the Revolution. Reserve your tickets at thebcpac.com/tickets. So reserve those free tickets at the Boyle County Performing Arts Center website. See you there.
Water and electricity, two things that make our lives easier and better. But as valuable as each one is, together they can be deadly. Water is a conductor of electricity, and if you're standing in water or wet while using an electrical appliance, you could be shocked or electrocuted. Keep all electrical appliances away from water and make sure your hands are dry when using appliances. For more information, contact your electric cooperative.
And that's Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
All right. Okay. 8:42 in the morning. Dusty's been walking through here. It's a Wednesday. It's not a Tuesday. And Dusty's here anyway. Just walking around here grabbing boxes and taking them out of the radio station. Well, they're his boxes. Dusty, like a long time ago, like 5 years ago, Dusty knows that I'm a big sports card collector. And so Dusty brought in a bunch of like cards for me to look through. Like not memorabilia, that's like jerseys, but like old toys. Oh, what was the name? Starting lineup toys. Old starting lineup toys. Remember those from the 90s? Old basketball and baseball and football cards. But they weren't Dusty's. They were like his family members that Dusty somehow inherited. But it's been like 5 years, and I never had time to look through them. So I was like, I just brought it back to the radio station. I'm like, Dusty, I don't have time to look through these things. Can you take these things back? I don't have enough time. There's so many boxes of this. And Dusty's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, you brought me these cards like 5 years ago, and you wanted me to look through them. He's like, are you sure these are mine?
Yeah, I still don't know, but I trust you, Joe. So
you're just taking home.
I'm just taking home these cards.
4 cardboard boxes full of sports cards.
Yeah, and I vaguely remember because I think it was my father-in-law who was like, hey, like I heard you on the radio with Joe, and he's interested in these cards. Would you mind having him look through it? And it's sort of like whenever I get the request of like, oh, well, you want to come listen to my home theater system, right? And I'm like, sure, I'll ask him. And I did, and you were gracious enough to say yes.
Well, I was gracious enough to say yes, but I didn't look through I looked through some stuff, but I don't know anything about hockey cards, first of all.
Right.
And I do know that a lot of the cards are from the early 90s, which is considered the junk era in sports card collecting.
Oh, really?
They printed just quadrillions of cards in the 90s.
Well, I do remember going to the Scholastic Book Fair and getting in little packets of baseball cards.
See, like they were selling them at book fairs at schools.
Yeah, like King Griffey Jr.
And gas stations and like corner markets. Like you could buy baseball cards anywhere at that point.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to tell I can't say 100% certainty that you've got stuff that's worth nothing because I don't know. I haven't looked through it, so I can't say that. But I do know if it's early 90s,
it's
late
less
80s, early 90s, less likely it's worth
the
something.
percentage goes way down.
People ask me, what do I do with these early 90s cards? I got a lot of them. I've got all the box sets. And I'm like, well, they're pretty good fire starters. You can use them for your fireplace. Get your fire going in the winter when things get cold.
I've saved these for years.
This is Andy Van Slyke's rookie card. Andy Van Slyke was a nobody.
Is that a real person?
He played for the Pirates.
Oh, okay. Yes. I didn't even know. I have no idea.
Yeah. What do I do with this Bruce Sutter base card? You throw it in the trash can. That's what you do with that.
I don't know. You could contact Bruce Sutter.
You think Bruce Sutter wants one of his 1990s Topps base cards?
Well, what if he lost his and he doesn't have one yet?
He could buy one on eBay for 5 cents.
He has to cost more to ship it.
It would cost more. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. They're worth so little. It costs more to even keep them in your home than it does to use them for some reason.
Did you see? I think it happened on the Manning cast because speaking of cards, where Eli Manning got Peyton Manning a Christmas gift. Did you see what it was?
No.
It was a framed display of all the cards of the playing cards of everybody who's intercepted Peyton Manning.
That's good.
Right?
So,
I was like, that's great.
Peyton's one of the greatest of all time, but I'm sure that's probably, it's 100+ different players of guys who have intercepted him in his career.
Actually, I don't think it was that much. I think it was almost the size of your board here.
Let me see how many interceptions Peyton Manning threw in his career. Now, there could be multiple players who picked him off, right? So, you buy one player of that card who picked him off 3 times
exactly.
in his career.
Yeah. And I think even, Eli had him ranked. The one who picked him off the most, and then, the second most and stuff of that nature, and it went down. But I was like, that's a solid gift. That's definitely a brother gift, right?
251 interceptions in his career.
So maybe he just did the top 10 or something. Yeah.
So that was that's a little brother to a big brother
right?
gift right
and
there.
I was like, that's a solid gift because he had to take time, look them up, find the cards,
buy
get it framed.
Yeah. So.
And then I don't know if he got them signed or not, but it was a super nice but also a gotcha kind of gift to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Joe. So yesterday, I blew 2 trailer tires.
On the same trailer?
Yeah.
Or 2 different trailers and you blew a tire?
No.
Okay, well, if you you blow one, you probably don't want to drive it anymore.
Well,
so were
we
you
had
still
a spare.
driving it? Okay, so you put a spare on it.
We put a spare on it.
Did you blow the spare or a totally
yes,
different tire?
We blew the same spare.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you blew the tire, put the spare on, and then blew the spare in the same spot.
Oh, yeah. I had a heck of a day yesterday, man.
What happened?
So yesterday, I got done with you. Lovely part. Loved it. It was
That
great.
was the best part of the day.
I vented, and I feel better about it.
Good.
And then I went back, and the guys, we were meeting at my house because we were headed down to Russell Springs for the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got stuck in the mud. Or the trailer and the van were both stuck in the field in my yard, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
he went to turn around and didn't realize how the ground was so soft. So we get it unstuck. We switch it to the Pathfinder. We start driving down to Russell Springs. We blow one tire on the way down there. We pull over to, I think it's like Casey County Bank or something like that.
All right, so you're like in Liberty.
Yeah, And then we pull over, find a nice spot. We change out that tire, and then we go down. We do the job real quick because now we're way behind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but we got to time travel, right? Because Russell Springs, for some reason,
It's in Central Time.
Yeah, Central Time.
Right.
And then we, on the way back, on the same side, we blow that spare tire.
So what do you do when your spare blows? You don't have you don't have a spare for your spare, do
We
you?
don't. So we ended up driving. We were kind of close enough to, if you're coming from Houstonville, there's that gas station right before you reach Junction on your left. If you're coming from Houstonville,
Yes.
it has like an ice place, and then
Is that Don's?
I think so. I think it's Don's.
Was once Don's Marathon or
Yeah,
something?
I think you're right because it also has like pretty good breakfast food and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So we parked it there. And then today we have to get it towed on a flatbed because like the tires all warped and stuff. But yeah, that was my day yesterday. So
Do you have an extra trailer?
no. So what we got to do is we got to get that one fixed, and we do need it Monday. So part of what we'll have to do is rent a trailer, move everything out of it because I went and took everything that was easily stealable out of it, right? Now I trust Don's and stuff, but it's like they're not responsible for anything. It's like that's fine, but it's just one of those like I just don't want to leave, a bunch of sound gear in it.
I get it. Yeah.
Right? Because it's a giant trailer. It's just pro sound and lights. Like, oh yeah, there's probably expensive stuff in it.
Yeah.
Hint: there's not. If you're listening, there's not.
But that happens though,
Yeah.
right? Like,
yeah.
sound technician trailers get broken into.
Oh,
I
all
don't
the
want to say
time.
it's like an epidemic, but it does happen
and
fairly frequently.
Oh yeah, musicians talk about it all the time because if you see if a smaller band is on tour, they'll buy an old church van, then they'll get a trailer and then they'll tour, and people will just steal the trailer right off their van with all their gear in it, with all their albums. And everything like merch, all of it, and they're just a small band. They don't have it insured or anything of that nature.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Thieves.
but yeah, exactly, thieves. So yeah, so I got to deal with that today, and then yeah, that's. But I did listen to a great podcast. I'm going to talk to you about Friday.
All right. What's the name of it? Just give us kind of like a hint before we talk about it
yeah.
Friday.
So it was about a digital fruit fly.
What?
A digital fruit fly.
Like, I don't get what you're saying. I know what a fruit fly is, and I know what being digital is.
Exactly. I'm just going to leave it at that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to tease you till Friday,
My
Joe.
head's hurting thinking about this. I want to let you know that the Oreo Stuff-A-Doom is a lot better today than it was yesterday.
Really?
So maybe you tasting it on a better frame of mind.
Might.
You can't change your score. It's
True,
already set in
true.
stone. We can't go back and redo that.
Right.
But it's got a good taste to it, Dusty, so maybe try it out.
Maybe just it needed some air. It needed to air out that doom.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Dusty, appreciate you being on.
No problem, Joe.
All right, it's 8:51 in the morning. Let's see what's going on in Grub Gab, the world of food, where you can always and unequivocally just eat it right here on the Joe Show. All right, here we go. Starting off with Captain D's, please. With the Lenten season in full swing, Captain D's is putting a bold, crunchy spin on its fan-favorite butterfly shrimp with the introduction of its new crispy, crunchy shrimp with sweet and sour sauce. Headlining the Lenten lineup is the new crispy, crunchy shrimp and fish meal, now part of Captain D's 3 $5.99 full meal deals alongside staples like the two-piece fish and seafood trio. The meal includes 4 crispy crunch shrimp, 1 batter-dipped fish fillet, and sweet and sour sauce. A returning favorite brought back after strong guest demand last year. Each full meal deal comes with hush puppies and a choice of a classic side. In addition, Captain D's, please, is offering the new shrimp and larger meal options, including the 8-piece crispy crunchy shrimp and 2-piece fish meal and the ultimate seafood platter with crispy crunchy shrimp. Rounding out the Lenten season are guest favorite add-ons like fried oysters and seafood gumbo, along with a new chocolate cake. You can find the crispy, crunchy shrimp lineup at participating Captain D's locations across the country through April 5th. IHOP is once again running its popular bottomless pancake promotion, where anyone can enjoy an endless amount of pancakes for free with a purchase of select breakfast combos through March the 30th. Served 2 at a time, you can take advantage of the bottomless pancake deals by ordering any of the following breakfast combos: the breakfast sampler, the sirloin tips and eggs, the split decision breakfast, the chicken and pancakes, the T-bone steak and eggs, and the country fried steak and eggs. Prices for the qualifying breakfast combos range from $17.99 to $25, $24.99. And hey, Baskin-Robbins launches the new banana ice cream. It's banana dulce de leche ice cream. I'm sure I'm saying that incorrectly. I've actually had this. Me and the family, me and Rayleigh and Jack and Truett and Rebecca went to Baskin-Robbins on Saturday, and I tried out this new ice cream. It's good. The ice cream parlor chain offers suitable green desserts for St. Patrick's Day as well, a new custom cake in a box, and a $6 Banana Split Wednesday deal for rewards members. Now, I liked the banana ice cream. My favorite, Rebecca was like, hey, go get a kid's cup of what's called like Mom's Favorite Cookie, which is an ice cream flavor they have there. I'm like, all right, sounds good. So I went and got a kid's scoop, and it's like brown sugar flavored ice cream with like snickerdoodle cookie pieces and like chocolate chips. It's all kinds of good stuff. You need to try that out. Mom's Favorite Cookie ice cream from Baskin-Robbins. Grub Gab, where you can always and just eat it on the Joe Show. Here we go. It's 8:54 in the morning. We see what's going on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. Coming your way next on WHIR.
Furnished by IntelliBrands.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new patented Legsercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural, drug-free way.
Using Legsercise made walking painless again.
Legsercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
I have much less swelling and no more tingling.
Call right now and order your very own Legsercise Pro, the new proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. 800-555-1212 now.
These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. In the boys' 12th Region Championship last night at Pulaski County, Danville Christian Academy overcame slowdown tactics to defeat West Jessamine 37-33. It was 14-12 at the half. It's the Warriors' second 12th Region Championship in a row. DCA will face defending state champion Great Crossing in Rupp Arena 1 week from tonight in the boys' Sweet 16. Also advancing last night were Lyon County in the second, Grayson County in the third, Warren Central in the fourth, Taylor County in the fifth, Butler in the sixth, North Oldham in the eighth, Covington Catholic in the ninth, Clark County in the 10th, and Boyd County in the 16th. Kentucky begins its postseason journey this afternoon in Nashville when they face LSU in the men's SEC tournament. In their only meeting this year back in mid-January, the Cats escaped with a last-second win on the road, 75-74. UK is a slight favorite to win today. Cam Williams is listed as probable, giving the Cats a little more depth. Our pregame shows began at 11 o'clock this morning. Tip-off is set for 12:30 for Kentucky versus LSU on your home for the Wildcats, Z105. The rest of today's schedule finds Mississippi State playing Auburn at 3, while tonight's lineup begins with Ole Miss facing Texas, followed by South Carolina and Oklahoma. If Kentucky wins today, they'll play Missouri tomorrow at 12:30 on Z105. The UK Healthcare Girls Sweet 16 is underway today in Rupp Arena, At 11 o'clock, Henderson County faces Frederick Douglass. Then at 1:30, it'll be Callaway County and Assumption. This evening at 6, Pikeville plays Notre Dame, followed by 12th Region champion West Jessamine taking on Taylor County. And that's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Ready to remodel your home with new kitchen, bath, or lighting, but costs are holding you back? Good news. The Big Deal Store and HometownLive.net can help you get started with your remodeling dreams. You can now save money on gift certificates to Lux 218 in Danville. You're a new headquarters for luxury remodeling for less. They have a wonderful showroom of ideas to kickstart your home remodeling job this year. Don't let price hold you back. Get true luxury for less at Lux 218 and then get extra savings by buying gift certificates at the Big Deal Store. You can get $100 for half price when you buy 5 or more. So get $1,000 for just $500. For all the details, visit the Big Deal Store and HometownLive.net. Remodeling just got easier and so much more affordable when you team up with Lux 218 and the Big Deal Store.
Authentic Mexican grocery store, cakes, fresh produce, piñatas, boots, belts, and more. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. Family owned and operated, offering the best Mexican products created. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. And to make your tummy smile, Taco Yumas, the on-site food truck that's also available for catering and events. So where do you go for authentic Mexican product? La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. In Danville on Houstonville Road.
Discover the power of radio. If you own a business and want to grow profits, you should consider radio. With the right offer and enough frequency, radio can produce results unmatched by any other media. Also, radio is more cost-effective. Discover the power of radio.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
Oh, I just realized the time. We're going to hit the top hour news right after this weather forecast. Brought to you by our friends at Southern Heating and Cooling. Keeping your home cozy with Southern Heating and Cooling. Your comfort is their priority. Veteran known, family operated, locally trusted. Go online, southernheatingcooling.com, 859-324-2770. Cloudy, rain showers, thunderstorms today. Breezy day. Could see some severe storms later on, a high of 77.
This is the talk of the town. AM 1230 and now on FM 103.9. WHIR Danville. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Iran says it launched its heaviest operation overnight in its counterattack against the United States and Israel. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard told state media today that it launched missiles for about 3 hours overnight at U.S. and Israeli targets and called for the complete surrender of the enemy. NBC's Richard Engel in Tel Aviv.
While President Trump has promised a quick victory, saying most of Iran's leadership and weapons have been decimated, Iran is proving to be resilient and adaptive, consistently firing at Gulf countries and again at Israel overnight, and deploying new, harder-to-stop missiles.
Toronto police are investigating what they describe as a national security incident after gunfire struck the U.S. consulate early Tuesday, damaging the building but causing no injuries. Authorities say a witness alerted an officer to report the shooting Tuesday morning, with investigators believing the shooting happened roughly an hour earlier.
There, 2 individuals emerged from the vehicle, discharged at what appears to be a handgun at the front of the building, and then got back into their vehicle and drove southbound.
Deputy Chief Frank Barretto said officers found shell casings, evidence of gunfire, and visible damage to the consulate. They're looking into possible links to the ongoing U.S. military operation against Iran. The State Department says it's aware of the incident. The race to fill former Georgia GOP Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's seat is projected to advance to a runoff election. Democrat Sean Harris and Republican Clay Fuller emerged atop a crowded field of 22 candidates on Tuesday. Former Republican State Senator Colton Moore came in a distant 3rd place and conceded.
Folks, I really appreciate each and every one of you for coming out tonight. But if you look at the poll numbers, they don't really look that good for us.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-909-9696. 800-909-9696.
2 people are dead after a string of tornadoes ripped through Illinois and Indiana.
Tornado down. It's on the ground.
The National Weather Service reports at least 4 tornadoes on Tuesday from Kankakee, Illinois to Lake Village, Indiana, where officials say 2 people were killed and several others were hurt. Homes were destroyed in Kankakee, where the mayor says 7 people were injured. Airlines around the world are starting to hike ticket prices in response to the conflict in Iran. Laura Westbrook with more.
The war has caused restrictions on operations at key transfer hubs in the Middle East. There are fewer seats available after major Gulf carriers suspended flights, and that's contributing to ticket prices going up between Asia and Europe. Spiking fuel prices are also putting pressure on carriers.
Hong Kong Airlines is bumping up its fuel surcharge by as much as 35%. And in Vietnam, officials say airline operating costs have jumped as much as 70%. At a recent industry event, United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby said he expected the situation in Iran to drive up airfare costs and affect the airline's financial results this quarter. Meantime, Finnair has warned that even more alarming than price increases, fuel availability could become a problem if the war drags on and becomes a prolonged crisis. One of the suspects accused of tossing improvised explosive devices at a New York City protest apparently purchased items for the explosives in a Philadelphia suburb. Scott Pringle with more.
Video shows Amir Balat inside Phantom Fireworks in Pendle, Pennsylvania on March 2nd, where the company's vice president has confirmed he bought a 20-foot roll of fuse. He and Ibrahim Kayumi are being held on federal terrorism-related charges in connection with Saturday's protest outside the home of New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani. The criminal complaint accuses the Bucks County PA men of attempting to detonate the IEDs to kill people and admitting that they were inspired by ISIS.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Your morning cup of Sean. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Another suspicious device discovered near Mamdani's Gracie Mansion home. Now, this is getting scary. Mamdani himself is getting scary, too, separate and apart from this. We've got to keep all elected officials safe, whether you like them or not. I said that all during the Obama years. We got to keep our elected officials safe. But I don't like the fact that this guy's wife liked 70 posts praising October 7th. I don't like that he lied about ice balls being thrown at police officers and didn't stand up for him. Oh, it's only a bunch of kids. No, it wasn't. It was an ambush. I don't like that he didn't mention the ISIS-inspired attacks over the weekend either. This guy's going to fail spectacularly. Mark my words.
The Conservative Underground meets later today on the Sean Hannity Show.
All right, let me paint you a picture. It's midnight. Sirens are blaring. You only have seconds to grab your child and run. Now imagine if you're elderly. Your legs don't work like they used to. And getting downstairs, that feels impossible. And after all of that, you end up in a bomb shelter for hours, even days, because you can't make that trek again. Now, this is what is happening all across Israel as Operation Epic Fury continues. That's why the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews is on the ground, and they're bringing food, emergency equipment, care for children. They're helping the elderly, the displaced, and they are supplying bomb shelters and medical centers with critically needed essentials. Right now, whatever gift you can give, you can give $45 right now to rush life-saving essentials to the vulnerable under fire please call our friends at the IFCJ, 888-488-IFCJ, 888-488-IFCJ. On the web, it's ifcj.org. That's ifcj.org.
Furnished by IntelliBrands.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new patented Legsercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural, drug-free way.
Using Legsercise made walking painless.
A year where this weekend's being a spring and summer sale. Nearly 200 consigners will be selling items for kids from birth to their teenage years. Consigners keep 70% of what they sell, while the church donates 30% to local missions and programs. It starts on Friday at 8:30 in the morning and goes through 7 at night, and on Saturday, where many items are half price, from 8 until 2 at Centenary Methodist Church. The weather takes a much more stormy turn today, with strong storms possible as we progress through the rest of this day. It's also a bizarre day for temperatures, which will see our highs into the mid to upper 70s and our lows tonight into the mid 30s. What's expected to be around a 40-degree difference in the high and low. Thursday brings in much cooler weather as well, with highs into the upper 40s. A measure protecting children from social media platforms was up for discussion in the State House. Keith West has details.
Many countries around the globe have taken steps to ban their kids from the ills associated with social media. But here in the U.S., those measures have failed in the courts. House Bill 227 hopes to remedy that by not banning a certain age group, but by making the platforms police themselves. The bill will require those platforms to rely on age estimation, not age verification, something that online platforms already do for targeted advertising. And the measure prohibits accounts for children without parental consent. The sponsor of House Bill 227 is Representative Matt Lockett of Nicholasville.
So, Mr. Speaker, simply put, House Bill 227 protects our kids, it protects parental rights, it protects free speech, and it holds big tech companies liable in the event they don't follow the law.
Representative Lockett said that the state's attorney general would be authorized to enforce any violations. Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
House Bill 227 received the full support from the House and now heads to the Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
All right, little Riley, appreciate that. Coming your way courtesy of our friends over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you. Calling Mark or Chris for a free quote, 859-236-6686. 86. Cloudy skies, rain showers, thunderstorms. A high today of 77. A low tonight, 35. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy through mid-morning, gradually clearing. A high of 50, low of 36. Friday, partly sunny, 60. Saturday, sunny and 62. Sunday, mostly cloudy and 73. Right now, it's 9:11 in the morning, and we are happy to have on the show on this second Wednesday of the month. As we do every second Wednesday of the month, it is a Danville-Boyle County Humane Society Wednesday with Carrie Koo, the Danville-Boyle County Humane Society Executive Director, who joins us this morning right here on the Joe Show. I have tried my best to stretch that out, that what I was saying, to try to bring up Hey Bulldog, because I forgot to cue it up. And I just could not type it right. I kept on, okay, here it is. I think I finally found it. It can't be a segment with Carrie Q without this playing to begin. Here we go.
There we go.
I was doing my best, Carrie. I was trying to type it out while I was talking. I hit H for hey, then hit the backspace, then hit the R, then hit the slash. I couldn't get hey typed out. There we go.
Two things at once, man. It's hard.
Carrie, appreciate you being on, joining us via telephone this morning from the Humane Society. What's going on with you all there at the Humane Society this week?
Oh, my gosh. Things are exciting. They're always busy. But one of the busy things is we're leading up to our event on Friday. It is the Lucky Paws of St. Patty's Potty, as you know how we spell that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a hoot. It's our third annual. This year we have live music from a regional star, Jonathan New.
Nice.
The Chuck Wagon truck will be out there, so you can buy some really tasty snacks while you're joining us. We have an online auction this year, too. I think we're going to launch it tomorrow. But we have all kinds of cool stuff, ranging from dog beds to dog training to cat carriers and toys. We have gift cards, all kinds of cool stuff. So as soon as we have that launched, I'll share the link on our Facebook page so people can get started bidding.
Okay. Awesome stuff. Now tell us what this benefits, Carrie. What's the purpose of the Lucky Paws that you all do? This is the third annual one, Lucky Paws St. Patty Day.
Well, this year we are going to dedicate all the donations and the auction bids to our Compassionate Care Assistance Fund. For folks that don't know what that is, we started with a grant, and through donations and additional grants, we are able to help people with emergent needs. Like, for example, a dog that got run over, not the whole thing, just his paw. But we help them get the paw placed. What's it called when basically they fixed it. I've never had a broken bone, so I can't say it. Do they set it? I don't know.
Yeah, I think set's the right word.
Okay, we'll use that. And we have had scary things where a dog did get hit by a car, and sometimes you can't do anything but give really good, compassionate end-of-life care. So, and something as simple as a pet deposit too.
Yeah.
The goal, as always with us, Joe, and you know this, is to keep people and pets together.
Right.
So anything we can do, from our food pantry to providing, free spay and neuter for cats, outdoor cats, this Compassionate Care Assistance Fund has turned out to be probably one of our best programs.
Yeah. So this is going on this Friday, March 13th. I know we're not deep into March. This is just the 11th day. But it's also, Carrie, I look at the calendar and say, how is it already the 11th day of March? You said,
I know.
You came on and I didn't realize it was this Friday. And I look at the calendar, oh my gosh, St. Patrick's Day is next Tuesday. How is that possible?
I can't even. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, all the grown-ups used to say, well, time just flies when you get older.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm that old person now.
I guess I am too.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You get
so Friday.
Getting the everyday routine of going to work and hanging out after work. If you've got kids, being with your kids, going, doing activities, going to church, going to bed, get up, and then suddenly a couple of weeks have passed, and here we are, the 11th day of the month of March. So this Friday, Wilderness Trail Distillery, how much does this cost to go to and be involved in and just come hang out, Carrie?
It is free. The only thing, of course, we'll have drink specials, and then, you've got the food truck, but that is completely up to you. You don't have to spend any money. You can just show up and use the 360 photo booth, play split the pot, and just everything. It's just fun to hang out. And this time of year, we don't do much, although it's 70-some degrees today.
Yeah.
But, this is kind of our kickoff to a year of events and fun. So
Yeah. Again, this is coming up this Friday, Wilderness Trail Distillery, no cover charge. You can donate. They would love for you to donate, but no cover charge to come in and hang out. And then an online auction, you said?
Yeah, buddy.
Online auction.
It's our first time doing this with the event.
Yeah, and this will be great, too. So if people want to donate, maybe business owners are listening, Carrie, can they still donate a gift basket, a gift card, or something to this?
Absolutely. The good news about the platform we use is that, we'll launch it with the 50 items we have, but if we get 5 or 6 more, we can put them right there, on the auction page. So we will take it, brother.
Yeah. Hey, I was on y'all's Facebook page, and I laughed out loud at the top post. There's a cat sitting in a little cat house. I guess not the right word. Not cat house. That's not the right word.
Yeah, that's inappropriate. Cat bed? Cat tunnel? Maybe? Oh, Lordy.
I didn't mean it that way. He's just hanging out in his little cat bed. And he's just sitting there, just relaxing, loving his life. And it's like it's a news story. It says at the bottom, breaking news. Cat uses product for intended purpose. Is something wrong with him? Is he okay? Was he paid to use it? Usually cats don't use products for their intended purpose. They're usually not in their cat bed. They're sitting on top of it or something like that.
Yeah, they'll play with the box that it came in and just completely ignore the expensive fancy toys.
Knock over the glass off the shelf or something like that. Yeah. Well, that's not what you're supposed to do with that, but okay, cat, thanks for knocking my glass off and breaking that glass into a million pieces.
Exactly.
And that cat is just hanging out. He is comfortable in his little cat bed.
Cat bed, yes. Let's use that.
Yeah. Hey, the kids were outside playing yesterday, and Chipper wanted to go outside, so I let Chipper outside, and he was just kind of waltzing around the backyard. He was loving his life. Great sunny day, right? A little windy, but sunny, and he's just outside sniffing around. And I just thought to myself, it is a joy to own a dog. Like, he just loves his life and loves his family, and we love him, and he's a great dog. And you all have got on your Facebook page right now an all-black lab mix that just came in named Janet. She looks like a sweet dog, and you say you're still getting to know her personality. But this is going to be a dog I feel like that would be, just looks like a friendly dog, a great family dog once you get to learn her a little bit more.
Oh, 100%. And, all of our dogs are great. Some of them have quirks, but this is one of those dogs that's just kind of 2 thumbs up.
What about Sid? I see a dog named Sid, too. He's licking his nose in one of these photos.
Isn't he the cutest?
Yeah.
He has gone on several doggy day outs and absolutely loves it. A doggy day out is when folks come in and just sign out one of our dogs, then go to the park, maybe get a pup cup. Some of our dogs really like just sleeping on the couch next to you watching a movie. But he has done so well. Super friendly. He's mostly good on leash, but, sometimes he gets excited. So.
Yeah. How can people come in, Carrie, and look at the dogs that you'll have in the shelter, and look, these are dogs that are ready for their forever home, even if you just want to foster for a time and help the Humane Society out, and you get to know these dogs and love them, and they become a part of your family. What are you all's hours, and what do you need from us to come and help you all out as much as we can to make sure, look, the goal is for the Humane Society is you all don't want any dogs or cats in there, right? I mean, you're always going to have them, but you want to make sure these dogs and cats find their forever home. So how can we do that?
Well, I tell you, anytime we're open, you don't have to have an appointment.
Okay.
You can just stroll on in, and one of us or one of our volunteers will show you around. And, of course, if the weather is nice, we always take you and the potential dog into the yard because that's a much easier way to see their personality. So we are open Monday through Wednesday, 1 to 5, Thursday, 11 to 5 right now, Friday, noon to 4, and Saturday, 10 to 3. So those are all on our Facebook page and our web page because, of course, nobody's going to memorize that as I'm saying it. But
yes.
And, if some of those times aren't going to work for you, you can give us a call, and we might be able to set an appointment. It just depends on scheduling.
Yeah.
But when I say this about hours, keep in mind they are going to change soon and reflect the longer days that we have.
Okay.
So ask folks to keep an eye out for that.
Hey, is Red still available? He looks like a sweet dog, too.
Super sweet. And, yes, he's another one that came in very recently. But he's a handsome boy and funny and silly. So many silly dogs. That's another thing that makes them so appealing, right?
Yes. Yeah, well, you said so many have quirky personalities. I'm thinking I know a lot of humans that have quirky personalities too, right? Like dogs are no different. You can't say that that dog is acting like that over there. Well, look how you're acting over here, right? That dog's more well-behaved than you are talking about that dog, So like that's why it's important to come in and get matched and mix up with some different dogs, see how you jibe with them and vice versa. Maybe you live a slower pace life. You're at home, you don't get out much. Maybe you've got family, you got small kids. Obviously, you want a dog that's going to be do well with small kids, with energetic kids. You got a dog that has a lot of energy, you got a lot of room. You want a dog that can run outside and get their energy out. Different dogs for different people, different strokes for different folks, so to say.
Bingo. You got it right.
So come on out, Danville County Humane Society, dbchs.org is the website. Check out the available cats and dogs you can adopt, you can foster, and you can help out any way that you possibly can. Maybe you're listening and you're saying, wow, I'd love to, but maybe I live in an apartment or I live somewhere where animals aren't allowed, but I love the mission of the Humane Society. That's why events like Friday are so important. You can come out, donate some money, have a good time, help the Humane Society out in that way, even if you can't open your door right now to a dog or a cat. It's 9:22 in the morning. We'll step aside. We'll come back, and we will finish up the convo with Carrie Koo, Danville County Humane Society Executive Director, right after this.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Some professional advice from Daniel Mudge, owner of Super Clean Carpets. A clean home is a healthy home. A carpet is a filter. It catches all the dirt. My 200-degree solution kills dust mites, removes bacteria, eliminates pet odors, and aids in relief from allergies and asthma symptoms, guaranteed. Plus, I clean upholstery, hardwood, tile, and grout. Super Clean Carpets has been a trusted name in Central Kentucky for over 50 years. For your free estimate, contact me, Daniel Mudge, at supercleanky.com. Supercleanky.com. I'm pleased to be called on the carpet.
This is Boyle County EMS Director Mike Rogers. Boyle County is one of 6 counties in the state that offers a crisis response unit. What does that mean? When 911 receives a call from someone going through a mental health crisis, Boyle County EMS responds appropriately in a discreet manner with a social worker and a paramedic, keeping the individual's dignity intact. If you or someone you know suffers from a mental health issue, Boyle County EMS is ready to help. Call 911 or Boyle County EMS at 859-238-1134. Boyle County EMS, when life feels overwhelming, we bring calm, care, and a path forward.
The Danville Mailing Center makes shipping easy. UPS, FedEx, DHL, U.S. Postal Service. Let them find the fastest or most economical way. They'll even pack it up. It's a no-hassle way to ship. The Danville Mailing Center on Jane Trail across from McDonald's. Ask for your $3 discount.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
Kerry Koo, Danville Boyle County Humane Society Director, joins us this morning right here on the Joe Show on WHIR Danville News. Talk Sports. We talk with her every second Wednesday of the month. Again, coming up this Friday, one of the biggest events of the year for the Humane Society, the Lucky Paws St. Patty's Day Potty, the 3rd annual one. Yes, I said potty. P-A-W-T-Y. It's spelled like a paw, potty. And it starts at 6 o'clock this Friday, goes until 9. There is no cover charge to get in, though donations are enthusiastically accepted. For this event, be live music by Jonathan New, delicious things to eat from the Chuck Wagon food truck, which you'll need to obviously bring extra money for. Same thing for the drinks, featuring a special high rye bourbon barrel pick. And they'll have a split the pot raffle as one of the games there to benefit the Woodenish, or to benefit the Danville County Humane Society this Friday, 6 o'clock until 9 there at Wilderness Trail Distillery. Carrie, are you all looking for donations of any kind right now? And if so, what kind of donations are you all looking for?
Absolutely. Always need bleach. It is obviously a big deal for washing everything and also cleaning the drains, and it's just very important to us. We don't use it necessarily around the animals. We've got something that's not dangerous or corrosive that we use. But the bleach, I tell you, it makes a huge difference in other aspects of the shelter. And our pet food pantry, gosh, we go through so much dog and cat food. So we are always glad to get dog and cat food.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm sure, Carrie, there's never really a time where you all can have too much of anything, because the fact of the matter is you never know what each day is going to bring, right? Like, you could be okay on supplies on a Wednesday, and on a Thursday, we hope this never happens, but a hoarding case happens of some sort, and suddenly you got a bunch of dogs and cats coming into your facility at one time. So there's never a time where you will have enough supplies, because, again, you never know when you'll need them and how many dogs and cats may come in a single day.
Absolutely, and we use it all the time. So it's not like, if we get a whole bunch of bleach at once, it's not going to get used. Right. Oh, yeah, we'll eventually get to it. So you're right, stockpiling is very helpful for us.
238-1117 is the phone number, 859-238-1117. Not if, but when, Carrie, someone comes into the Humane Society and they want to, check out a dog or a cat and they want to spend some time with it, and then they realize, yep, this is the one I want to go home with. This is going to be a great addition to our family. What's the adoption process look like? What do they need to pay? Do they go home with the animal that day? Does the animal have all their shots and all that updated? What's that look like?
Well, the majority of the time, the dogs will be ready. Dogs and cats, kitten season is coming up, so It's going to get crazy with felines. But we can do it the same day. Obviously, we ask you to fill out an application, but it's really more conversation-based. We look at the paper, but you get a much better feel for the right match when you're having, a conversation. Like you said about lifestyle, we are not going to send home a couch potato with someone who wants to take a dog hiking, and vice versa. So, sometimes people come in and they say they want a small dog, and they go home with an 80-pound pibble mix.
Yeah.
So, you can come in with an idea of what you want, but like you said, meeting them and seeing them, that's really the key.
Danville, Bull County Humane. Go ahead, Gary.
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. Everybody is spayed, neutered, and up to date on vaccinations, except for the younger ones, in which case we still pay for it. It's just, you can take them home, and then we'll get them their updated shots or spay or neuter when they're ready. So adult dogs are $130, puppies are $160, and those are pretty good prices for all the cool stuff the dogs and cats go home with.
Yeah, hey, coming up this Friday, again, your chance to help out the Humane Society, the Lucky Paws 3rd Annual St. Patty's Day Party. This Friday, Wilderness Trail Distillery, right here in Danville, 4095 Lebanon Road. No cover charge to get in, but bring some money to donate, bring some money to eat, to join in on some of the games going on. And the silent auction, or not silent auction, the auction online, the online auction will be hitting the online website. When will that be, Carrie?
I'm pretty sure we're going to launch tomorrow. So
okay.
We'll plaster it all over Facebook so people know.
That sounds great. Carrie Koo, Danville, Bull County Humane Society. Carrie, appreciate you being on, and we'll talk to you again in the month of April, okay?
All right, friend. Take care.
All right, Carrie. Talk to you later. Bye. Carrie Koo with the Humane Society. It's 9:30 in the morning. Bottom Hour News with the Kentucky News Network is coming your way next. Right here on The Joe Show. Your talk of the town, WHIR Danville.
Of unintended consequences. Advocates fear publicly naming offenders might jeopardize survivor privacy and discourage victims from seeking help out of fear for their own safety. And State Auditor Allison Ball says hundreds of at-risk foster children are being housed in Kentucky office buildings and state parks. Ball says the WHIR administration has created a systemic problem impacting children of all ages. A new report documents that more than 300 kids were placed in non-traditional housing over a 22-month period, including dozens with suicidal thoughts. The governor's office dismissed the report as political games. And finally, first responders in Martin are demanding the resignation of Mayor Sam Howell. Police Chief Michael Cagle alleges the mayor used a recent fire department training trip for a drinking binge, returning a police cruiser damaged with a beer can inside. I'm Travis Laird.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Trade that daily mental and physical exhaustion for real energy with HRG 80 Red Ginseng Energy from Terry Naturally. Get an energy boost like never before. Breeze through your day with focus, a clear mind, and yes, energy. Get HRG 80 Red Ginseng Energy from Terry Naturally. No more being exhausted by the end of the day. No more feeling like your mental and physical energy doesn't keep up with the demands of life. Get HRG 80 Red Ginseng Energy from Terry Naturally. This powerful red ginseng will boost your energy levels, clear your mind, and help you focus. No more afternoon slump. You could be experiencing renewed energy. And HRG 80 Red Ginseng Energy comes with a complete money-back guarantee. What could you accomplish with more energy in your day? Find out. Get HRG 80 Red Ginseng Energy from Terry Naturally.
Available at the Nutrition Center at 802 South 4th Street in Danville. Danville Nutrition Center. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pim Pfister Clark with Wedding Planning with Pim, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
Hi, I'm Alan Martin, branch manager at Community Trust Bank. Community Trust Bank has supported communities that we call home since 1903. With locations in Boyle and Mercer counties, Community Trust Bank is a full-service bank dedicated to helping you meet your lending needs and financial goals. Please stop by and see me at our Danville main office located at 462 West Main Street. Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loans subject to credit approval.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Ephraim McDowell Health has begun their 2026 Community Health Needs Assessment, a process that's conducted every 3 years to help Ephraim better understand the health needs and priorities of the communities it serves. As a part of this, you're invited to share your input through a brief community survey. That information will then allow Ephraim to identify key health concerns and opportunities to improve access to care and health resources across the region they serve. You can find out more information on the Ephraim McDowell Health Facebook page. Centenary Methodist Church's Little Cherub Sale is this weekend. The sale happens twice a year, with this weekend's being a spring and summer sale. Nearly 200 consigners will be selling items for kids from birth through their teenage years. Consigners keep 70% of what they sell, while the church donates 30% to local missions and programs. It starts on Friday at 8:30 in the morning and goes through 7 at night, and on Saturday, where many items are half price, from 8 until 2 at Centenary Methodist Church. The weather takes a much more stormy turn today, with strong storms possible as we progress through the rest of this day. It's also a bizarre day for temperatures, which will see our highs into the mid to upper 70s and our lows tonight into the mid 30s. What's expected to be around a 40-degree difference in the high and low. Thursday brings in much cooler weather as well, with highs into the upper 40s. A measure protecting children from social media platforms was up for discussion in the State House. Keith West has details.
Many countries around the globe have taken steps to ban their kids from the ills associated with social media. But here in the U.S., those measures have failed in the courts. House Bill 227 hopes to remedy that by not banning a certain age group, but by making the platforms police themselves. The bill will require those platforms to rely on age estimation, not age verification, something that online platforms already do for targeted advertising. And the measure prohibits accounts for children without parental consent. The sponsor of House Bill 227 is Representative Matt Lockett of Nicholasville.
So, Mr. Speaker, simply put, House Bill 227 protects our kids, it protects parental rights, it protects free speech, and it holds big tech companies liable in the event they don't follow the law.
Representative Lockett said that the state's attorney general would be authorized to enforce any violations. Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
House Bill 227 received the full support from the House and now heads to the Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
All right, little Rayleigh Joe, I got you. Brought to you by Southern Heating and Cooling. Keeping your home cozy is your comfort is always their priority. Veteran-owned, family-operated, locally trusted. Go online, southernheatingcooling.com. Or call 859-324-2770. Rain showers, thunderstorms hanging out with us today. High of 77, breezy, low tonight 35. Tomorrow mostly cloudy through mid-morning, gradually clearing, high of 50. Friday partly sunny, 60 is the high. Right now it's 9:38 in the morning. It's 71 degrees here in Danville, Wednesday, the 11th day of the month of March, and I'm so happy to have you on the show. 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447, and we're going to have Gary Fogle with Kentucky Sports Memories coming your way. Take it away, Gary.
Hello, I'm Gary Fogle. Welcome to Kentucky Sports Memories. And the 1983 Oneida Baptist boys basketball team averaged nearly 100 points per game. That same team today might break the century mark.
At Watson's, we've been delivering all the family fun and relaxation to our local community for over 50 years. Our mission is to provide high-quality home recreational products and home furnishings to our customers that bring families and friends together for a break from the daily stresses of life. Shop the largest local selection of in-stock products for your home, inside and out, and get the guaranteed lowest price in the USA. Only at Watson's. We have all the fun.
Oneida Baptist Institute is a small school in Clay County. Back in 1983, their boys basketball team averaged 95.5 points per game. That's a state record. It's never been broken. What's interesting about that team is they did that when the three-point line was still a few years away from being implemented in Kentucky high school basketball. Larry Gritton was the coach of that team, and I talked to him about his offense.
That team that year, you didn't have the three-point line. Did you have a lot of players who shot long range?
My two guards did.
So what do you think you would have averaged had you had the three-point line?
105. That's a guesstimate, of course, yeah. We probably had that many buckets from that distance every game.
Was your offense designed to shoot long range, or your offense was just kind of designed to shoot wherever you got an open shot?
Shoot when the right shooter got an open shot. I had a center, 6'6" center. That was a great kid. Great defender, great rebounder, and couldn't score a lick. And he didn't care if we didn't throw in the ball. So I tell my guards, look at how you going to throw it to Joe, but don't you throw it in there, I'll take you out.
So if they threw it to the center on offense, you'd take him out of the game.
I take the guard out.
Well, did you ever use him as a decoy, throw it into him, then he could throw it back out?
No, because I was afraid they'd foul him.
And Coach Gritton says if it was late in the game and they were in the bonus and they fouled the Oneida Baptist center, that wasn't good because he couldn't shoot free throws either. So there was a liability at that point. Anyway, we talked about the fact that Oneida Baptist, when they were playing defense, if the other team scored, they liked to get the ball immediately out of the net, step out of bounds, throw it into bounds, sprint up floor, and get a shot off quickly before the defense could get back. Well, an opposing coach had a strategy to stymie that. And tomorrow, we'll talk about it. Gary Fogle, Kentucky Sports Memories.
Thank you there, Gary. Gary Fogle, KSM, Kentucky Sports Memories, Mondays through Fridays right here on The Joe Show. It's 9:41 in the morning, and we're happy to have on the telephone Tom Ellis, Boyle County Magistrate, who joins us this morning here on The Joe Show. Good morning, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing well and certainly appreciate you letting me get on the air about a very important discussion we had yesterday in fiscal court on the potential for a new bypass coming into Boyle County. Now, interestingly, I have the western end of the county. Magistrate Cullen's doing an extraordinary job in the east. This one is in his district, but it will affect all traffic in all Boyle County. I have not examined it very closely at this point, but I did learn just last week that there will be a public meeting about this on March 31st. I believe it's at 7 p.m. at Intercounty on Houstonville Road.
Okay, so March the 31st, Intercounty on Houstonville Road. That will start at 5 o'clock and go until 7.
7, unless you have other information.
Okay, what I'm seeing is 5 o'clock until 7. You say it starts at 7?
No, I'll go with what you have there in front of you.
Okay.
Again, I'm just getting introduced to this in the last week, and in a substantial conversation we had yesterday in fiscal court.
Yeah, okay, so the purpose of this meeting to provide the opportunity to review alternates currently being considered for design and to obtain public input of a potential new route on the eastern side of Danville connecting 34 and the US 150 bypass. Now, the map that I'm looking at is very blurry, but what it looks like to me and the way that someone is describing this is that it would go outside of the rock quarry between that and the sewer treatment plant. It would cut across the big distillery farm there and then continue on the route they have to 34. That's how someone describes it. That's what it looks like to me. But again, the map is like kind of blurry trying to figure out exactly where it starts and where it stops, which is why it's important for those who live on the eastern side of the county to come to this meeting to see exactly where the starting and stopping point is, what it comes close to, and things of that nature.
That is correct. And, Joe, you know, it's really interesting. We try our best at fiscal court to get the public involved on the front end because we don't want regrets on the back end if something is implemented when we've had the opportunity to get the public out to a public hearing. I have concerns based on Magistrate Cullen's comments yesterday that we have so many state roads in Boyle County that have significant issues that could be resolved in lieu of the possibility of taking over a lot of land, some of it agricultural, some of it might be in somebody's backyard. If they don't know about it and have an opportunity to speak, and they do, according to the way that is posted on Facebook, they will have the opportunity to get in touch before the meeting and have an opportunity to speak.
Yeah, okay. And let me make sure I say this. The what I was reading on Facebook, I may have misunderstood the comment. Again, the map is a blurry map. And there are multiple people on Facebook that are like, I've got no idea where this road is going because it's like, where in the world are the neighborhoods? I think I live here, but I can't tell because the map is so zoomed far out. So that's why it's important if you live in that part of Boyle County. It's going to be Tuesday, March 31st. Again, what I'm seeing, Tom, is 5 o'clock until 7. Inter-County Energy Building. Yeah, Inter-County Energy Building on Houstonville Road. Public comment about a project to explore and what they say provide feasible solutions to improve the safety, mobility, and connectivity in the East Danville, Boyle County area between Kentucky 34 and US 150. There are multiple people on Facebook who have different opinions about where they think the road is going because, again, it's hard to see based on the drawings, which is why you're asked to come out and get a clearer view of this at the public meeting on March the 31st. Tom, if people have any... Go ahead.
One more point.
Okay.
At least one person on Facebook interpreted it that it will be a new state bypass,
okay,
and that is not correct because, again, I know that Magistrate Cullen is more concerned that we repair some of the half a dozen or more state roads that have problems, and as I learn more about this, I'm probably going to be persuaded that we have more needs than a potential for a new bypass.
There you go. Tom Ellis, Boyle County Magistrate. Tom, we appreciate you being on and updating us and letting us know, and we'll talk to you later, okay?
Thank you so much, Joe. It's so important.
You do. Bye. It's Tom Ellis, Boyle County Magistrate. I feel like I don't want to be... Maybe I'm just an idiot. Maybe that's it. But I feel like it should be easier for us to tell where this road's connecting from and to than just have like a red line drawn, this big thick red line, and people are like trying to decipher where in the world this thing starts and ends. And again, maybe I just can't tell. I know where I live in Boyle County, and I live in that district. And when Tom was telling me about it, I'm like, I think I see where I don't know if that's where I live or not. Where in the, is this? Okay, I think this is the country club. No, that's not the country club. I don't know what I'm looking at. So maybe I should go to the public meeting on Thursday, March the 31st, for the data needs analysis. So they got the data needs analysis scoping study done. Now they want your opinion on it. The East Danville Connector is what it's called. 9:47 in the morning. We'll step aside. We'll come back. Again, maybe I just don't know what I'm looking at. I'm not a cartographer by any means. I'm just looking at this map from like a satellite view. But I'm not the only one that's confused by it. Because there are people saying, I think it comes out here. It should come out here. This is where it may come out. I don't know. Thursday, March 31st. Be there.
It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. You had the Danville Lee's famous recipe for the Wednesday special. You get 3 pieces of our famous golden fried chicken, hand-breaded tenders, or fish and chicken combo served with your choice of 2 sides and a warm, hot, home-style buttermilk biscuit, a delicious midweek tradition. 2-piece strip meals are just $4.99. 8-piece boxes are $12, or get a 4-piece wing deal for $4.99. Skip cooking tonight and head to Danville Lee's famous recipe on South 4th. Lee's famous recipe, real home-style flavor made fresh every day.
Is your car in need of a shine? Keep it sparkling all month long with Safari Falls Car Wash. Visit our new location in Danville off the 127 bypass on Skywatch Drive from 7:30 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and on Sundays from 9 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. Packages start at just $22 per month. That's less than $1 a day. For $22 a month, you will enjoy unlimited washes and keep your car looking brand new all month long.
Whether you have one car or a whole fleet, we've got a plan for you.
If you're feeling hopeless, alone, and broken, maybe empty inside, Chloe's Pedals for
Hi, this is Susan Rogers with Chloe's Pedals for Hope. The 988 service offers 24/7 availability for reaching someone who cares. Everyone struggling with mental health issues can get the help they need when they call. Calls are private, counselors are trained, and are always available. If you need to talk, call or text 988 or chat at 988lifeline.org. It's free and confidential.
Hi, this is Deanna Charles at the Danville H&R Block. We've got exciting news. We've moved to our new location at 101 Citation Drive. And even though the address has changed, the team you trust is still right here. You'll still be greeted by the same reliable tax experts. Teresa Pelfrey, Trina Sawyer, Deborah Sparrow, Ada Bryant, Sandy Ellis, Woody Bowles, and myself, Deanna Charles. New location, same experience, same commitment. Stop by 101 Citation Drive across from the Boyle County Schools or give us a call at 859-236-3281. H&R Block Danville. We've moved, but we haven't changed what matters.
Dear Mom, I know it's hard trying to quit smoking, but I heard something new about something that might help. It's called Kentucky's Tobacco Quit Line. It's one-on-one individual counseling over the phone with someone who can help. You can talk in private and talk at times when it's convenient. Just call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Mom, one of these days I'll be graduating and then maybe someday getting married. I want you to be there with me. Please try it. I love you, Rachel.
The Kentucky Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW. This message brought to you by your local health department.
The Danville Mailing Center makes shipping easy. UPS, FedEx, DHL, U.S. Postal Service. Let them find the fastest or most economical way. They'll even pack it up. It's a no-hassle way to ship. The Danville Mailing Center on Jane Trail across from McDonald's. Ask for your $3 discount.
Dreaming of home ownership? The Welcome Home Grant Program through the Federal Home Loan Bank offers down payment and closing cost assistance to eligible homebuyers through the Federal Home Loan Bank. This is Ronald Howard, senior lender with Whitaker Bank. We're proud to help our neighbors take the first step toward a place to call home. Funding is limited and eligibility requirements apply. Stop by your local Whitaker Bank branch or call 1-800-650-6717 to learn more about the Welcome Home Grant. Whitaker Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS 786362.
I'm Boyle County Judge Executive Trilly Bottom. The Boyle County EMS Crisis Response Unit is here to help, whether you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or just need to talk to someone. Our team is trained, compassionate, and ready to respond. Call the Boyle County EMS Crisis Response Unit today, 238-1134, because your mental health matters.
Boyle County EMS, every second counts, every life matters.
Hi, this is Deanna Charles at the Danville H&R Block. We've got exciting news. We've moved to our new location at 101 Citation Drive. And even though the address has changed, the team you trust is still right here. You'll still be greeted by the same reliable tax experts. Teresa Pelfrey, Trina Sawyer, Deborah Sparrow, Ada Bryant, Sandy Ellis, Woody Bowles, and myself, Deanna Charles. New location, same experience, same commitment. Stop by 101 Citation Drive across from the Boyle County Schools or give us a call at 859-236-3281. H&R Block Danville. We've moved, but we haven't changed what matters.
Danville's deal maker, Bob Allen.
Bob Allen GMC, we are professional grade. Save as much as $11,000 off MSRP on Bob Allen's selection of new GMC Sierra 2500 Crew Cab AQ4X 4x4s. Stock in 26611. MSRP $98,544. Must have qualified trade. Bob Allen GMC on Maple Avenue in Danville or shop online at BobAllenMotorMall.com.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. In the boys' 12th Region Championship last night at Pulaski County, Danville Christian Academy overcame slowdown tactics to defeat West Jessamine 37-33. It was 14-12 at the half. It's the Warriors' second 12th Region Championship in a row. DCA will face defending state champion Great Crossing in Rupp Arena 1 week from tonight in the boys' Sweet 16. Also advancing last night were Lyon County in the second, Grayson County in the third, Warren Central in the fourth, Taylor County in the fifth, Butler in the sixth, North Oldham in the eighth, Covington Catholic in the ninth, Clark County in the 10th, and Boyd County in the 16th. Kentucky begins its postseason journey this afternoon in Nashville when they face LSU in the men's SEC tournament. In their only meeting this year back in mid-January, the Cats escaped with a last-second win on the road, 75-74. UK is a slight favorite to win today. Cam Williams is listed as probable, giving the Cats a little more depth. Our pregame shows began at 11 o'clock this morning. Tip-off is set for 12:30 for Kentucky versus LSU on your home for the Wildcats, Z105. The rest of today's schedule finds Mississippi State playing Auburn at 3, while tonight's lineup begins with Ole Miss facing Texas, followed by South Carolina and Oklahoma. If Kentucky wins today, they'll play Missouri tomorrow at 12:30 on Z105. The UK Healthcare Girls Sweet 16 is underway today in Rupp Arena. At 11 o'clock, Henderson County faces Frederick Douglass. Then at 1:30, it'll be Callaway County and Assumption. This evening at 6, Pikeville plays Notre Dame, followed by 12th Region champion West Jessamine taking on Taylor County. And that's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
So you want to be a recycling hero in Danville with curbside pickup or impress the fine folks at Boyle County Recycling Center? Pay attention, because it's a little more than just breathing air and tossing your stuff in the bin. Only plastics marked with numbers 1 and 2 make the cut. Got it? Great. And don't just toss in goo-covered spaghetti jars or soda cans. Rinse those bad boys. Gotta be squeaky clean, shiny happy, bone dry. Bonus tip, this also applies to your metal cans, whether they're steel, tin, or aluminum. Seriously, don't mix in that oil-stained tin foil hat. Got a hoarding problem with cardboard, catalogs, and magazines that rival a library? Set them free to reincarnate. Cereal boxes, office paper, they're all up for this new spiritual paper journey. And listen up, confetti enthusiasts, bag that shredded paper. Sorry, folks. Glass is not welcome to the recyclables party, but hey, give yourself a high five for recycling right.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
Bad decisions limit future options. Stop adversity from becoming stress. Listen to The Flatline with host Rick Hughes, Sunday mornings at 7:30 on WHIR. Learn problem-solving devices built on God's Word. For inspiration, education, all without manipulation. The Flatline Sunday mornings at 7:30 on WHIR and online at hometownlive.net.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
All right, here we go. Real quickly, let's take a look at what's gone on in this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. I got this queued up. I have since 8 o'clock and never got around to it in the 8 o'clock in the morning hour. On this date, rock and roll, pop, R&B, 1970, where Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young... Where is that playing from? That came in the background. That's not Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. That's definitely the Beatles. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young had their debut album release, Deja Vu. I will now proceed to entangle the entire area. This song almost cut my hair from Deja Vu. The album topped the pop album chart for 1 week and spawned 3 U.S. top 40 singles for Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young.
Almost cut my hair. It happened just the other day. It's getting kind of long.
And it was on this day, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. Speaking of the Young from Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, on this day, 1972, Neil Young went to number 1 on the U.S. album chart with his 4th album, entitled Harvest. The album featured the U.S. number 1 hit single, Heart of Gold. So this is a big date for Neil Young overall, March the 11th. And that's what's gone on this date, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. Here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News, Talk Sports, and HometownLive.net.
I wanna live, I wanna give. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. It's these expressions I never...
Well, there's that sad music again. That means my time has come to an end of The Joe Show. Had a blast with you all on this Wednesday morning, and hoping the start to your work day just a little bit more bearable. I'm Joe Mathis signing off, back with you tomorrow morning, dark and early, on Danville's one-stop shop for local news, local events, and local voices. The Joe Show, AM 1230, and the brand new 103.9 FM, WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Kentucky Sports Radio's coming up next.